Right.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Welcome to another Shabbat. Yeah. Hope you all well. You all that just kept the first day of Sukkot a few days ago, doing well. You're enjoying yourselves if you're doing it on your land, within your space. But we appreciate you joining us today. First portion of the class, which is at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Shabbat, is giving honor, praise, and thanks to the Most High on matters pertaining to anything over the course of the month, over the course of the week, or on today. Please give honor and praise to the Most High. We will share it. We will read it. If you want to come on and say it yourself, then please also, we'll send a link. And you can click that link and you actually can come in and you can say it yourself. All right. Make sure that you subscribe if you have yet to do so. Make sure you like, share, and also hit the remind button because this past we actually just had service this past what day was it? Thursday. Yom Commission. And I know a lot of you would have wanted to be there. Those that's looking back on this, I'm talking to you as well. You would have wanted to be there if you knew it was happening. So if you hit that reminder button, you'll be able to see when we go live. You know, you might be watching a TV show or a movie or something. You're like, oh, I need to tune in to Temple Keep already. All right, take this time right now to share to your Facebook page if you haven't. I'm gonna do the same thing. Share to your Facebook page if you have yet to do so. Oh, this is a cool picture you put on here. Y'all saw the picture Prince put on as the pictures that you see when you look at the. Yeah. All right, so go ahead and share it, you all. And we're going to get started soon. We have Gaber Hidayah says, Toda Yah for your life and work, Prince Kaz. Toda Yah for Malika Hagadolah, Princess Medaya, Gaber Autumn, Nasik Shema, and Nasika Muna. We're called Mishpachati.
Shabbat shalom, sis. And tell your husband I said Shabbat shalom. Much love.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. So Adia said, the bear said, yeah, it looks creepy. The picture.
Shabbat shalom, sis.
Shabbat shalom. All right, we got people coming in still right now. If you have not done so, please share. I'm going to assume that you subscribe, but if you haven't, make sure you subscribe and hit that reminder button. We give it honor. Say it again. We got 3 likes and about 800 people now. Somebody else just came. Please, if you haven't, make sure that you like it. Take the time and hit that button. It's real quick. Just hit that button. All right? And let us know what you're thankful for, you all. Let us know what you're thankful for. All right? Giving honor to the Most High. And if you're keeping the Moedim, the Sukkot this week, share with us what's going on your end. What you're thankful for about Sukkot this year. Chag Sameach Lach to you. Or Gam Lach, also to you. All right. Anyone here in the Knesset or on the panel want to go ahead and get it started for the people, giving thanks and honor to the Most High? All right. We're doing some little sharing right now, you all. I'm interested to know what the lesson is going to be about. It says the Great Duke of Hell. You know it got to be biblical. It's coming from Prince. But I'm still interested to know what that means. The Great Duke of Hell. That was, I might be, you know who that is?
Who?
I'm gonna post it right here. I don't want to mess the name up. That was Chuck Shirley. Yeah?
Where you see that?
Okay.
Where?
Right here. I'll post it right here. Yeah, I just didn't want to pronounce it.
So I have seen 2 videos.
All right. The Bear Sadiah says, I am thankful for being able to be thankful, to receive instructions, healing, and correction from our great power. All praises to the Most High. All right. I like that. I am thankful for being able to be thankful. Zakana Sakari says, Shabbat Shalom, family. Grateful that with the Most High, all things are possible, especially being present today.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah.
All right. Make sure you share, you all. Make sure you like it. Shabbat Shalom, Boker Tov, Chief Malak. He says, Shabbat Shalom, Prince Kaz, Morad, Baruch, Shemo.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat
Bless
Shalom,
his
Chief.
name. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. It's going to be an interesting lesson today, you all, I'm sure. But this is a time to give honor and praise to the Most High before we get started. So if you have yet to do so, and you're live right now, on social media right now, please give honor and praise to the Most High before we get started. Give honor and praise. Say what you're thankful for, you all. Anyone present here?
Yeah.
All right, well, Princess is about to go on. There we go.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom.
So grateful, so thankful to make it here to another Shabbat day. It's nothing like the Shabbat. I'm thankful that this Shabbat is landed in between, of course, 2 feast days or 2 holy days. One is a feast day, one isn't. But I love it when we have these times because it's like we're just all together, we're consistently praising the Creator, like on a very, in just a different type of way. And it just it rejuvenates your spirit. So I'm thankful to the Creator for allowing us all to be here together to celebrate this holy season, Sukkot, Chag Sameach. Slowly. And so we're just thankful that the Creator has allowed us to be here. I'm thankful for the Most High for my honoring, my parents. Thankful that the Most High is continuously working with my Abba, even through the ups and downs of different test results and things like that. You know, just allowing him to be here, allowing us to be here to care for him and to just, walk through this process with him. I'm thankful to the Creator for my husband, for the guidance, the teaching, just the protection of him in his physical presence and in his spiritual presence. So I'm grateful for all that he does for our nation, for our community, for our family. I'm thankful to the Creator for my Beulah family, my sister wife, my spiritual Yeladim that's here, and just the family that's here, Ain and Zakwena. And just thankful for the bonds and the building that we consistently, do with one another, to not just to live amongst one another, but to edify each other and to help each other grow stronger and stronger, even when it's not comfortable. But, we're sitting here together and we're doing it together. And that means so much, because a lot of times when people get uncomfortable, they want to flee, they want to run. Because one thing we are understanding, and some of us are now learning for the first time, to be completely striving to be righteous unto the Creator takes sacrifice, dedication, discipline, and it takes separation a lot of times from those who are not on the path you are. So it can be very, I guess, scary for some. and fearful in so many ways. So I'm thankful that we're walking this walk together. I'm thankful to the Creator for my children, that my womb children that came through me. I'm thankful the Most High allowed my youngest daughter to be here during this Holy Week. Thankful for her insight and just seeing her growth as even though she was born in this walk of life, I see when I talk to her, she truly doesn't just, she hasn't been that child to just take whatever is being taught to her and she just goes with that. She actually looks into it more, researches it, and asks the questions that she needs to ask and say the things that she needs to say that she's not comfortable with or doesn't feel like is, right. So I'm glad that she's of that mindset at her age. And I'm thankful for all my other children whom, even though they're not present with me, but I know that they're doing their best to be, representatives of us in the way that they're supposed to be. I think, I'm just thankful. Like I said, I love this holy day. I love being out here on the land. It's been a great week of just being out here and feeling just completely protected and really like nothing else exists, So I'm grateful for that. So, Toda Rabah for all things. Selah.
May the Most High be praised. You sure you finished? I mean, if you're not, you can always click back in and say, hey, I got a little bit more. We'll be patient. We know you're coming. All right. You got some, or did you read those already?
All the royal couples are matching. Appreciate you being able to see all that. Toda Rabah. We have Chief Malak says, always thankful to the Most High for the opportunity to be able to be around my mother in my everyday living. Honor goes deep. And one has to be around one's parents in order to obey. Honor. Baruch Elohim.
May the Most High be praised.
Shabbat Shalom. Adon Dawid. We have Kabir TT says, or Zakana TT says, I give honor, praise, and great thanks to our Creator for hearing my prayers and restoring my soul, for my family, friends, and enlightening me in His law, and to be patient. All praises to the Most High.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah.
All right. Again, those that's tuning in, if you haven't yet, let me check. I haven't seen how many likes we have right now. See if it matched the amount of people that we have.
Yep.
Okay, we're missing one. It says 9. Well, no.
It says 11.
Oh, it says 11.
1100?
I'm
Yes,
off.
1100.
Okay,
I
we
am
get
off. Toda everyone. We appreciate you and your support. We would really appreciate you for sharing right now. If you haven't shared it, please share it.
And ring the bell.
And ring the bell. Make sure the bell's there because we did have the first day, Chag Sukkot, right? Sameach, for all of those that keep it. This past Yom Khamishi for Thursday. So if you missed it, it's because you did not hit that bell. So hit that bell for us, y'all. All right, anyone else here on the panel or in the Knesset that wants to give honor and praise to the Most High? So you can be seen, though. You gotta be seen. The video. There you go. Yep.
Shabbat Shalom, Mishpacha.
Shabbat Shalom.
So I am very, very grateful. I am very, very grateful to be here, alive, well, and breathing with my family. I'm very thankful to the Creator for traveling mercies on the plane, and I pray the same thing when we head home. Unfortunately, I'm going back early, but I'm still thankful for the time that me and our baby have had with our family here on the land. it definitely is peaceful and you feel secure and protected. I'm glad that that is how it is on this land. I'm thankful for my Ish, for all the things that he has done in preparation for this week and the lessons. Thankful for all the people, my sister wife and all the women who prepared the food. Everyone has had a hand in preparing this week for those that are here physically and those that are watching. Right, it's a family effort, and I'm thankful that everyone has been able to pitch in the ways that they have and made it special, made it welcoming, made it run smoothly. Because these big events, even though they're big and mandatory, they're like family reunions, you still have to have order and structure, and because things will just get chaotic. So I'm glad that we're able to do that and work through things and get along with each other and learn how to be with each other and learn how to live together, because that's super important. We don't know how to do that as a collective. So I'm glad that we're doing that here. And I'm glad that our baby is experiencing his first sukkah on the land, of course. I can't show him, but Toda Rabah.
May the Most High be praised.
All right. He's on. Okay. All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Again, you all, Toda for tuning in. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but you know, the Most High, the Son may have sounded like the broken record. You know, through the text, he repeats himself over and over to make sure that we get it. So I'm repeating. If you have not, please make sure that you subscribe, share, like, and hit the reminder button. Also, those that haven't, that's tuning in right now, please say what you're thankful for. Give honor and praise to the Most High. Let us feel what it is you're going through as well, right? As a community, let us build together. So let us get an idea of what's going on, what you're thankful for. You might be speaking with somebody else that's here as well, you know, that may not want to speak up, and you may give them that courage. We also, if you want to come on and say it yourself, we will give you the link to come on. All right, you can come on and be seen like we are, or you could turn your screen off and speak. Is there anyone else present here that want to give honor and praise to the Most High? Honor and praise to the Most High. Okay, we got Adon Azante Tariq. He gave us a powerful lesson on Yom Kamishi. If you missed it, you kind of missed it.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
Today, I'm just grateful to be here. Grateful for life, health, strength, peace of mind. I'm thankful for, of course, the Feast of Sukkot. This has been, so far, it has been very, very rejuvenating, like a time of regrounding for me, a time of reflection for me, and just a time to enjoy each other, and continue to build these relationships and the bonds here at Beulah Land and with the family. And it's just been a great time for me so far. So I'm grateful for life, health, and strength to be here, to be alive and well, able to have activity over my limbs. And thankful for my family, my children. I have my youngest daughter will be here soon. So I'm thankful for that. Thankful for the Most High that He has continued to give us a safe and healthy pregnancy. And I'm continuing to pray that, you know, we have a healthy and a safe delivery here on the land. So I'm just grateful. I'm excited for a lot of things. And just grateful to be here.
All right. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah.
All right. Toda for that. Again, you all, if you haven't, make sure you check out the lesson that he gave on Yom Kamishi, or Yom Kamishi, depending on how you all want to say it. Please make sure you check it out. It was a powerful lesson. What was the name of the lesson again? Did you have a title?
We just put the first
I would just put first service. All right. But I love the way he tied in a lot of the things pertaining to it. So I definitely encourage you all to check it out. Is there anyone else present that want to give honor and praise to the Most High before we begin? He blowing the shofar. All right, now still connected. Is there anyone else present in this in the Knesset that want to give honor and praise to the Most High? All right, my head shot. Gotta mute you.
Shabbat Shalom Lechalam. First, I want to give honor and praise where it is respectively and always due to our eternal power, the greatest, the highest, the most merciful, kind, and compassionate power that we know. I'm definitely grateful for all of his works that are seen. Waking up in a tent and being, awakened by the sun is one of the most beautiful experiences because that's where his majesty is in nature. Before I go into that, I want to say I'm grateful for him creating my Horim, my parents, Mattathias, Aliyah Yaakov. I'm so grateful for them coming together and having me. I'm grateful for the purpose that they saw in me before while I was a baby. They named me. The original meaning of my name is Faith, and I'm so grateful for that. And I've had to use it a lot. So I'm definitely grateful for them understanding before I guess they would even know what I would venture in my life, prepare me for that. So I'm so grateful for them and their purpose of coming together. I'm grateful for the eternal power allowing them to come together in their lives. I'm grateful for my aim in her memory and all her beautiful works, and it will forever live on in me and in my mishpachah. I'm grateful for the head of our household, my Ish, Nasi Kurashi Shema. I'm grateful for his protection, for his covering, his guidance, his love. I'm grateful for his lessons. I'm grateful for his kindness. I'm grateful for his corrections. And I'm just grateful for his presence in my life, truly, and where we will continue to grow. I'm grateful for my mishpachah in South Carolina. I'm grateful for my mishpachah in Illinois. I'm grateful for my Beulah family. I'm definitely grateful for what it is that we are pushing and striving to represent. And I just pray that the eternal power will continue to keep us. And I'm going to go back to the eternal power's majesty. His majesty is, to me, when I look at nature, that's where I see his perfection. I don't see it in big houses and I don't see it in cars because, no offense, I'm not saying that they aren't beautiful, but I don't know if that was the eternal power's design. But what I do see when I look outside is the heavens. I see the trees. I see the flowers. I see everything that grows wild and that has a purpose, medicinal purposes, or just purposes for the animals. I see that naturally that's where his pureness is in. And it made me think about just being grateful because we watched Noah's Ark yesterday. And I'm like, we see that in his covenant with what he created, he went back to that when he was preserving the earth. Because he could have told hundreds of people to get on the ark, but no, he chose more animals than he did people. And that's something to me that sticks out because his creation is still so pure. I know bears attack people and things like that, but when they're in their natural habitat, they're really just doing what they're supposed to do. They don't really get out of their nature until we disturb the environment, till we start eating up all the shrimp and all the fish, and that throws their ecosystem off. That throws them off. They have to go eat other things if we're eating everything that's for them. So I'm so grateful for the eternal power, even within, no matter how scary some animals may be, I'm grateful for their presence because that is a sign to me of the Creator's pureness. That's one of the purest forms of life to me, babies and nature. And I'm just grateful for it. I'm so grateful that he does not have to flood the earth again because I was just thinking last night after we watched it, like, would we be worthy of being on that ark? Would we be the ones chosen to be on there and preserve humanity? And it's something I think about because I'm like, we could say, oh yeah, I'd be on there, but the eternal power was looking for the future. And I'm like, with how messed up society is today, what would it have been like if he wouldn't have flooded the earth? Would it have been worse or 5 times worse, faster? I don't know. But I'm just grateful for his mercy and for his compassion. And I'm grateful that he allowed us to be awakened. And even though the earth might not be flooded physically or anything like that, we still see where there are people who are choosing wickedness over righteousness. And the fact that we're choosing to even make an initiative to live righteous shows us that, we have a fighting chance in this. And I just pray that the eternal power gives us the wisdom and the strength to outrule wickedness, because wickedness can look cool and appealing and attractive. And I just pray he gives us this strength to stay set apart. So I'm grateful for his preservation. I'm grateful for his mercy. I'm grateful for his kindness. I'm grateful for his presence. Because if he took that away, our minds could be subject to being something else. I'm about to be finished, but people wonder why people murder or people, assault. I'll say the R word, assault, or people do things that are so wicked. And the only thing I can think about is sometimes maybe the eternal power's presence isn't with them, because what could drive a man or a woman to do certain acts that I've seen that are diabolical? I don't know, but I pray the eternal power just stays with us and preserves us from wickedness, and that we don't open ourselves to it. So I'm grateful for that, because that song, As the Days of Noah, it wasn't just something to sound sweet or appealing, but it was a true plea from my heart to ask the eternal power. Even though you may not flood, you could send a plague, you could send sickness, and we could be taken out. I mean, there's cancer, there's so many other things that we are subject to perish from in this world. And I'm just grateful for his preservation. I'm grateful for his preservation, truly. So I'm grateful. Tamid wa tamid. Hello, Atakwakiski. Shalom lakulam zehu.
May the Most High be praised. I have to assume my volume is pretty all right. All right, we got some posts up in the room.
All right, let me see. Okay, I read that. Zakena Didi says, I believe it's Zakena Didi, Toda Yahweh for a great experience with the Beulah community. Yep, that's right. I've been having a great time fellowshipping and camping out with beautiful people with such wisdom, compassion, and humility. Toda.
Oh, may the Most High be praised.
Snap the fingers. All right. We got Geber Hadassah, I believe. Shabbat Shalom, Mishpachah, Wechag Sameach Sukkot.
Eifu Atah, Mara. Eifu Atah. Eifu At, Mara. Eifu At. I told you do that. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. You don't, you naturally do. Eifu At, Mara. Mara Hadassah. At Midabera Ivri. Kane. Eifu At. At Lopo. At Lopo Hashabahazeh.
Oh man, I like that too. This Shabbat. Yeah. She says exactly. I agree, Nasika. I realized traveling to Ghana, Mexico, and believes that in other countries the collective consciousness is different, and people are less violent, so the animals aren't violent. She then says, my favorite song. We play that song or repeat several times throughout the week. Nefertiti always lights up. You know what? They always laugh at the way I say your daughter's name. I don't know why. I'm not saying it different in my ears.
Wait, say Nefertiti.
That's what I said.
So you say Nefertiti.
I just slow it down a little bit. That's all. Okay.
It's the
Nefertiti.
It's the Chicago.
It's a Chicago, I guess. Always lights up when I play it. Days of Noah. And she laughed at the Hebrew that you had gave. Doing so well with your Hebrew, Prince. See, didn't have the transportation this time. Hashem willing, next feast.
Visit. That's all I can say. Visit. May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah.
All right, you all. Is anyone else present that may want to give honor and praise to the Most High? As well as anyone on YouTube or Facebook? That's enough? Low? Should I go ahead and go? Anyone else to give us people a little more time?
That's a wrap. All right.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and give honor and praise to the Most High, the eternal power, Akoach Haniski, for giving each and every one of us breath, this morning, able to speak, walk, just giving us what we need to function. I'm just grateful for the Most High, for my Horim, as my Isha said as well, my father and my mother, Ab and Aim, for what they have done for me to be present. I thank the Most High for my Isha, and what the Most High has us doing, and what she has been doing since being present in my life. I thank the Most High for the Beulah family and what we're doing here and what we're pressing to do, and the leading, I would say, attribute, I guess, that maybe this is not attribute, but I think it is, right? Is we're pushing righteousness. We were able to have discussions collectively, all the men together, and be able to voice ourselves, each and every one of us, and after that, watch a movie together, on things that may be, as Princess was bringing out, could be to others uncomfortable, cause breakups and things like that. In our conversations, we hit it in, knock it out, go for it. Good conversations, challenging conversations. I'm just grateful that can happen. It's hard. It's hard here. In this world today, whether so-called black or whether Christian, whether Israelites,
Get the cars.
we flee, as Princess has said earlier. We flee, we run, we don't like communicating or talking, and it's just good to be able to do it, and it's good for everyone to be able to feel that they can speak, and leadership here listens, and it's amazing. It was good. It's always good. So I just want to encourage those that's listening to this right now. It can be done, and we don't have to run away from it. And I'm not even sure our men back then really did that like that. So we got to kind of remove that out of our system of running. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the protection that the Most High has been giving us over this Sukkot. We've been living out in tents, and then, the wildlife out there. I think the dogs last night was barking for a long time.
On and off, yeah.
On and off. I heard you all come out. So I'm just grateful that, one second, you all. Shabbat shalom. Okay, too. So for those that's tuning in right now that may not know, I know we got scholars that's listening right now, but those that may not know, we're pausing right now. Leviticus 19 speaks on raising or rising, standing up. When the hoary head come in, and culturally as well, when those of nobility, titles come in as well, we raise up. We give them honor because their shoulders are the ones we stand on. They are the ones that kind of, the Most High, not even kind of, they are the ones that the Most High used to speak to the people, right? We see that with examples with Moshe, when Moshe was commanded to get the elders, right? And the portion of his spirit went on them. They were supposed to be the mediator right between them and Moshe before the Most High, if that makes sense to you all that's listening. So that's why we stand. We give honor to those before us, those that we deem to be righteous, that shows their works as being righteous as well. We stand. All right. So yeah, I'm going to close out with mine. I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm just grateful for life, for the ability to create peace in chaos. That's it.
May the Most High be praised.
For those that's tuning in, if you haven't yet, please like, share, subscribe, hit the reminder button too, just so you won't miss out on things that pops up. Okay, we have Gabriel Hadassah says, or Mora Hadassah says, absolutely. That's the culture of reverence and respect where it is rightly due. I love to see it. How can we go to the world's courts? I said that the other day, and stand for a worldly judge and not for our elders. And I want to bring something out. We had an awesome conversation, me and a bunch of us had an awesome conversation. What was brought out, which I think was amazing, because we are to learn. We should know our Torah, right? We should know our culture, but we should be able to look at the world and see what it is that we should be removing and adding. And then we should go back to our Tanakh, our literature, because we're people of writers, so we have a lot of literature, right? We should be able to go back to it and see what we can use to continue that righteousness. So one of the things that was said yesterday, which is factual that was said, is most people, like for judges, for detectives, for sergeants and stuff, they give them honor in that capacity when they're doing it. But when they're done with their work, everyone treats them like a regular person due to them not being in that office or acting in that office right there, which I agree with 100%. The added piece that I put in there was us as leaders, teachers, whatever you may be, those of nobility, we are supposed to walk in that all the time. We can't stop. We can't turn it off. So since we can't stop and we can't turn that off, then the response from the people has to be the same thing. The Most High didn't say be righteous only when you in the Knesset. The Most High didn't say be righteous only when you go to a feast day. The Most High tells us to be Kodesh or Kadosh, Salakli, as He is Kadosh, all the time. So we don't have the luxury, as I talk with my Yisrael all the time, we don't have the luxury to be a judge just for a moment or a leader just for a moment. We have to be that all the time. So Todah Mora Hadassah for that, and Todah for the conversation we had too, Zakena, and everyone that was a part of it, because I think that's something that we need to put out more often.
I need to say mix. Meats. Okay. Yeshli. Okay.
Who מדבר עברי עכשיו?
I mean, we are Hebrew, right? We're
Okay.
supposed to know.
אנחנו עבריים.
Yeah.
All right, I pass the floor to Prince.
I think she has some more stuff she put on there.
Oh, here we go. Matter of fact, let me go up first. Melchizedek. Shabbat Shalom to all celestial beings of Yah throughout the galaxy. Shabbat Shalom. Adon Melchizedek.
Shabbat Shalom.
And Hadassah says, or more Hadassah says, a nation of writers. I like that, Nasi. Indeed, as a royal priesthood, we know the scribes are also priests. We are called the people of the book. We are truly a literary people. We hear, read, and do. That is truth. I promote that so much. I know you have a lot of books that you've written, and this is my words. I'm cool with being corrected if it's a need to be corrected. But the Most High utilizes us to We have the Torah, right? We have the prophets. We have Sirach. We have the Mishnah of what we did, by the way. You know, me and you was talking about the other day, the differences of what they say Talmud and things like that. We are writers, right? We are writers. In this time of 2024, I had a person, I want to say this. I posted this the other day. It was a lady that asked a question while I was writing the book that I'm about to put out soon. And I don't know if they saw me writing it, but they asked me, or this was the reason they asked me the question. They asked me a question about if someone was to do something wrong to them, is it okay to cut them off? With me, those that know me, I always want to know details. Like it depends, it's variables. Like, okay, did you all talk about any rules in place? Was it any accountability there? All these different steps I'm trying to get at. I say, you know what? Here, take this book. I wrote this book. It's called Life Lessons Before Life Happens. We're at work. This is like 8 o'clock. She read the whole book while she's working in 3 hours. And she put a post. But before she put a post, she said this to me. Now, for us, it's going to rub us the wrong way when I tell you what she said. She said to me that this book is better than the Bible. But I'm going to expound on why she said it. And when she said it, you know I went with scripture, y'all. I started talking about false balances, abomination of the Most High. So I'm using all these scriptures to let her know that it's not that it's better than the Bible. What she was trying to say is it's like 49 topics in there that I pinpoint for the time that we're in now. Most people do not read the Bible like a Prince or me or our Nashim or those of you that's watching right now. So they read other books and they watch your life. Right? So the book that I wrote, it was supposed to be like a proverb. You know how Proverbs, you read in all these different topics within the chapter, you know, different, but it's just going from one place to another. Some verses, it may align with each other. I was going to do it like that, but I decided not to because everybody in this room can read Proverbs chapter 20, and we can read the lines and we might have a different thought process depending on what we learn from, who we learn from, ideology, whatever. So instead of doing it like a proverb, I did 3 pages for each topic. So when she said what she said, she was just talking about the expounding on it. Now back to what Mora Hadassah was saying. We are all capable of writing. Chief Prince Evelyn, the mentor of mine, said that we'll debate on Facebook a lot, writing for hours, commenting. We are all writers. Those that are really used by the Most High, I hope you understand what I mean when I say that, but like really are walking in that spirit, walking in the way of the Most High. The Most High may be using you to do that. You may just be a speaker, and that's cool as well. But we are writers. So our books, the lessons that Prince put out, if he put in a book for me, he probably already doing it, I don't know. That can be deemed as on the same level, in my opinion, this is my words, of things like Sirach, right? Sirach expounding, dealing with like with slow-mo, going forward. We are that, you all. We are the people of the book. It doesn't stop just there. That's the skeletal structure for us. The Torah is our instructions, is our skeleton, how we're supposed to move. But today, the reason a lot of wickedness is happening is because we do not understand the Torah like we claim we do. So we have a lot of people that may not even be supposed to be doing what they're doing, that are taking that literature and just doing whatever they feel it means. So we need what people say today, our gatekeepers. We need our gatekeepers to continue to show those that may not be astute or scholar, or whatever we want to call it. But we need gatekeepers to really teach the people properly. And that's what the priest was for. That's what the prophets was for. That's what the messages of the Most High was for. So be writers, you all. Be writers. We need it. Sorry for that long spiel.
You ain't got to apologize to me. But I tell him all the time, he from that priesthood, he don't believe it all. He don't accept it, let's put it that way. But I tell him all the time that's who he is. His spirit emulates that to me. That's what I acknowledge, but he doesn't, he don't accept it. What can I say? Am I telling the truth? You know I'm telling the truth.
He told me that. I'm gonna say I don't accept it, but I don't know. For me. I don't.
Well, live in it. Live in it.
I live in it. Yeah.
That's all. Just live in it, and we cool.
Okay.
Just live in it.
Okay.
You ain't got no problem with what you accept. Just live it.
Okay.
Be the best you can be with what you understand, and you're doing a great job. How many books you got now?
Once I'm done with these, it'll be 7. If I get it done within the next couple months.
7 books. And about 9 years ago, I wrote my first book and never completed it. It's still in the works. I still got the paperwork. Yeah, I still got it. I just, okay, bro.
But you're doing a
got
lot
7.
of work, though. You're doing a lot of work.
Well, you doing work too. You right here next to me. We getting it in. That's right. So you writing and working.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
yeah. Writing is it's a thing.
Well, let them inspire you, family. Let them inspire you to dig deep inside yourself, to pull out that which you got inside yourself to express it to the world. Let him inspire you because he's doing it.
Can I say one whole thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Think about it. If all this shut down, what's the thing that lasts long?
Paper.
What do you think? Now, when I say this, I do think it is the case, but I kind of think it's not. That in that time, they knew that our literature was going to last all the way here. Now, granted, it is within the Torah, the Tanakh says to write down so for generations, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I know that. But I'm talking about in 2024, the most famous book in the world is written by us. So if all this ends, if the social media ends, the books is what's going to last. Our music is gone. We could sing to each other, but our tracks that we have and stuff we listen to is gone. But the books will last.
Well, I gotta get somebody the passcode to my computer so mine can last.
All right, I'm done.
Here, print it out and tuck it away.
That too. But in book form.
We should make a song.
Book.
All right, family. Can y'all hear us?
Oh, Prince.
Okay.
Mora Hadassah says, Prince, I am still available to help with that book.
Yeah, right.
Or any others, whether editing or otherwise. I still remember our previous conversation.
You don't act like you remember it. You forgot it because you haven't followed up on it. So don't tell me you remember. And then, because see, that's going to be just disrespectful. I remember what you said, Prince, but I just ain't did it. So I'd rather you just say, oh, I forgot, Prince. I forgot. Oh, she had a baby? Okay, that baby like 4 months old now, ain't it? She 4 months old now.
Still a brand new baby.
Yeah, okay. Well, while she breastfeeding, she can be writing. Breastfeeding with one hand, writing with the other hand. Mora Hadassah is very capable. She's very capable.
Y'all funny.
She
We all
is
joking, you all.
Multi-talented. She's multi-talented, very capable. She can get it done.
Yeah, she an author too. She got another.
That's right. She can get it done. And
Check
then
out her books, you all. She got a lot of books. I haven't read any of them. I just see the posts about them and stuff. Yeah, and she, so yeah.
Then you got to come and stay with me for a little while. Follow me around. I never forgot. I was honestly waiting for you to follow up and send me the material. No, you don't get no material. You got to come and hang in Philadelphia, meet all my friends, meet all my neighbors, meet everybody who used to know me growing up, and you got to interview them. You got to interview all those people and then form your own. Because if I send you what I want you to do, I might as well be writing the book. Just have you dictating it. Writing it down. No, I want you to create from the history information you get from everybody, and you put it in a book, and you give it back.
So you want her to write your mind.
Be a scribe. You're
Right.
gonna be the scribe.
Right.
You're gonna be the scribe.
So she's not helping you write your book. You want her to go write her own.
Absolutely.
She gonna be your.
I think
She gonna be your. Is it Baruch to Jeremiah?
There you go. That's it. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for, sis.
Oh, man.
What you say, Lo? Exactly. You said you wouldn't send me their contacts to reach. Sis, you got to come to Philadelphia. I'll give you a vehicle to drive around when you get here. You got a driver's license, right? I'm sure you do. And I'll give you the addresses. You go meet one person, they'll take you to another person, they'll take you to another person, and it'll get done. Yes.
You serious? He's serious.
Oh, yeah, I'm for real.
This ain't the first time he said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she the one to do it too, because she Hebrew. You know? Anybody else wouldn't understand what she does. So let me know when you're ready, and we're going to get it done. Don't be playing, though. Don't be playing. We're going to get it done. Maybe by the time the baby's 6 months, so we can put him in the stroller. Put her in the stroller and move her around. All right. Let's rock and roll. So I like to give honor, praise, and thanks to this king, the master of my life, the author of my whole civilization and existence, the power behind all powers, the creator of all creation. There is none like him. Not in the heavens above, nor the earth beneath, not in the waters underneath of the earth. There is none that even come close to the Almighty. I thank her for life. I thank her for all of you all that's here, especially Sister DeITY, Sister Laurel, because I know y'all really went out of y'all way to be here today, this whole week, and I'm grateful. I want you to know I'm grateful. Thank you. I do. And I say that in all of my heart, in all of my respect. I know how it is to travel so far, Sister Laurel. You've been halfway around the world, ain't been home yet, came straight here. So I understand that. I'm thankful that you chose us to spend your holy day with, your holy season with. And Sister DeITY, you didn't have to come. And I'm so grateful you did. I'm so grateful. And like I said the other day, she came here, she just jumped right in. No restrictions, whatever. And then when she heard how we live, there's certain things that you can and cannot, she asked questions about.
Yeah.
Like this morning. She wanted to ride in a car with one of the brothers. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, she said, well, brother, can you take me there with you? And the brother just naturally said, yeah, come on. Because that's the way it's done. We look out for our sisters. And I said, no, sis. Ima, take her down. Ima had got in the car and she went down. But before she went, she just had to ask, well, Prince, why is that? Why is that? No, I love it. Believe me, I do. Most people would have left it in their minds and built some kind of animosity toward Prince because he thinks and he feels. And that's how people are. But you said, explain to me. If we would have just did that with the Creator and some of the kings thousands of years ago, our position would be totally different. Mm-hmm. But we don't. We bear grudges. We find reasons, little silly reasons to dislike and to, he must. And I explained it to you. Did I explain it to you? And I explained it to her and she understood. And she went right along with my wife happily and went in the car and drove down and did what she had to do. And here we are today back in the temple. But this family is something that we got to get accustomed to. Opening our mouths, asking questions respectfully, not with an attitude, not getting loud and not getting aggressive because you mad or your feelings hurt. Don't do that. Because she could have did that, but she didn't. But I thank the Creator for her spirit. The whole time she's been here, she's just been like that. Where can I help? What can I do? Not that you got to help to do anything because you should be doing nothing. This is your first time here. You should be sitting back chilling. That's what you should be doing. But your spirit won't let you do that. That's all right. I ain't mad at you. Keep on doing what you do. And there is so much I want to be grateful and thank the Creator for. Remember last week I told y'all about the tire in the car where I took the tire back to get the tire changed and the guy wouldn't do it. And then the other guy did it. Remember I told you the story how I went back to get the inner tube. I got the inner tube and I got back there and then the boss said all his stuff. He said, come back when John is here. Well, I went back yesterday and John wasn't there. So one of the guys that was with John when I first came back, and John told me to go get the inner tube, he was there, but he was working on somebody's tire. So I go over, I say, hey, I didn't even talk to the boss. I just went straight to that guy. But I went to somebody else first, and that guy said he don't know how to do it. It's okay. He's a white boy. He said he don't know how to do it. All right, no problem. Was he white? No, he was black. Another black guy. Was he black? No, he was a white guy. This time it was a white guy. So the white guy said no, he don't know how to do it. Then I seen the guy, and I'm still thinking the credit, y'all. Then I seen the guy who was talking to John when I went back, and John told me to get the inner tube. So I said, hey, you think you can change my tire? You remember me the other day? I was talking to John. He said, oh yeah, I remember you, but I can't do it. I said, well, I got the inner tube. I just needed to put. He said, all right, wait a minute, and jumped right on it. Stopped on that tire, took that tire off, put my tire on, fixed my tire, and sent me out of there and brought it to me, and then went and talked to his boss. So I said, thank you. When he finished with my tire, I said, thank you, I appreciate it. And then, I waved at him, and he said, thank you. And he went over, talked to the boss, and on the way out, I walked over so the boss could see me. Said, hey, thanks, man. Thank you, sir. And I left. I wanted them to know I was happy. I was thankful and I was grateful. And again, that's the second time the Most High showed me that he's awesome. A lot of people would have taken that as nothing, but that man stopped what he was doing to fix my tire and didn't charge me nothing. Brought me the tire and said, see you. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thumbs up, pal. Jolly G. Willikers.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't got no issue with it. Now, if I ever see them anywhere and they ever need me, I'm going to look out for them. You know what I mean? They say, hey, Prince, we need. Prince is there. That's just the kind of man I am. You know, people lose their job helping me. I'm going to bend over backwards to help them. That's just how I am. All right. So I'm still thanking the Creator, y'all. Still thanking the Creator. I want to thank the Creator for a conversation I had with one of my brothers. So I'm going to shout out to Moreh Yiftach Ben Boaz. If you all know him, say Shabbat Shalom to my brother. Give him a call. Talk to him. He's a good dude. I had a talk with Ben Boaz yesterday. Prince Yiftach. I'm talking about Moreh Yiftach. Prince Yiftach, please forgive me, Prince. Please forgive me. I called you Moreh. Please forgive me. He's a prince. And that's important. Princes take that stuff personal. Everybody but me. I just let y'all call me anything you want. It don't matter. But he takes it. He's serious. He's respectful. He's honorable. And he deserves that. So please forgive me. Prince Yiftach Ben Boaz. He's a good guy. And I had a conversation with him the other day. I think that was yesterday or the day before. As always, we reach out and we talk to each other. After we haven't spoken to each other for 2-3 months, we usually have a conversation. That conversation lasted for 4 and 5 hours sometimes. For real, no exaggeration. When I'm driving back from Georgia, I'm on the phone with him. He keeps me company almost the whole ride. And we be busting it up and be some serious stuff. So anyway, while I'm thanking the Creator for this is the reason why. I had a conversation with him yesterday. And in his conversation, I'm trying to remember verbatim what he said. But he says something about the nation of Israel and how a lot of people who have been in Israel for so long are contaminated. You know, you got these little cliques, you got these little groupies, you know, you got your little thing going on. You signed up against people for no righteous reason. You know, nobody's good enough. If you don't know people, you treat them like an outcast. And he said, Prince, I'm telling you, you got to cut these people off and you got to start fresh. You got to start all over with new people. And when he said that, it struck a nerve. And what I said to him was, you're right. You know, exactly right. And I thought about it. Everybody here, with the exception of my wife, are people I met in the last 3 years. Most of the people in the group, with the exception of a few of you guys, are people that I just met within the last 3 years. And I've been in this way of life over 30-something years. And a lot of those people, not that they're all of them are bad or no good or ain't going to grow. A lot of people just got to die. And I hate to put it that way. A lot of us are poison to the development of this nation. We're not about progress. We're about a bunch of gossip. We're about a bunch of cliques. We're not going to get nowhere as a people like this. We're not. And they don't seem to understand when somebody tells them their errors, their faults, and what they're about and how they are. They don't agree, they don't accept, and they don't understand. But some of these people are going to have to die. Their head going to have to get cut off. And they ain't going to get to come back no more. It's just that simple. If not, we're going to be in this revolving situation for the rest of our days. I know it sounds gruesome. Well, Prince, that's kind of really out there. Well, the Most High said it first. Prince just backing them up. The Most High says 2/3 of you are going to move, to die. 2/3. When is he going to start? He already started. A lot of y'all don't even know. He's already started. And a lot of people, look around. A lot of people are not worshiping the Creator like they should. He's turned his back. And he's already started cutting them off. But you still want to be friends and associate with these type of people who you know are wicked people because you think you can help them. You think it's something you can do for them. Well, I'm going to share something with you. If the Most High turns his back on them, how are you going to do anything against the will of the Creator? You can't. So all you can do is show mercy to whom you can show mercy. And if you feel the Most High has cut somebody off, talk to them, question them, ask them, and ask the Creator, is this what you've done to this individual? Because sometimes you don't even know. So we can never really know if the Most High has cut them off unless the Most High himself made a decree and let you know and let us know that this is what he's done. So therefore, what I'm saying to you is, if it's somebody who is not living a righteous lifestyle, reach out to them and try to help them to return to the Creator. Because you never know. If the Most High cut them off, ain't nothing you can do. But you can try to see if the Most High has cut them off, which you may not never know. So therefore, your job is to reach out and extend that helping hand and try to help and try to teach and try to, when you're in conversations with a sister or a brother and all they want to do is gossip all the time, speak to them about it. Yo, bro, why are you always talking about people? Why are you always bringing out the bad points of this individual? Does he do anything right? Does she do anything right? Is there anything about this person you like? And if it is, the Most High has cut them off, it ain't nothing you can do about it anyway. But if the Most High hasn't cut them off yet, and they're on the fence of getting cut off, you might be able to reach out and restore them and bring them over. Because a lot of times, all people need is to hear something from a positive individual to ignite some positivity within them. A lot of people are out practicing things that they shouldn't be practicing and doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Well, it takes you sometimes to be that righteous individual to say, hey, we're not supposed to do that. Today's lesson is going to be a great lesson. Great lesson. And this lesson is basically about opening up the eyes of people to bring us from our darkness into the light. So, you got to reach out to whom you can. And if the Most High has cut them off, it ain't nothing you can do to bring them back. The Most High himself is going to have to turn that wheel. You can't. But a lot of us, the Most High hasn't cut off yet, and we're just lost. And we're so stuck in our foolishness that we're lost even in our foolishness that much more, and we think we're right. We think we're right. So during today's lesson, I want you all to be real sensitive, and I'm still thanking the Creator. I want you all to be real sensitive to the lesson and stop saying, You shouldn't be doing this on the Shabbat. And ask yourself, why is he doing this on the Shabbat? Maybe there's a reason why. Maybe there's a reason why he's bringing this forward. Yeah. That's a great point, Chief. That's a great point. Okay. To the Rabbah, may the Most High be praised.
Moradasa says, great point. It's asking to idolatry. To know the Most High cut someone off for wickedness, you insist on cleaving to them. You're essentially saying the Most High was wrong. We should love what he loves and hate what he hates. The Most High will show signs and confirmations. With discernment, you know if someone has a reprobate mind and will be stubborn to resist correction after several attempts when the Most High has turned his face from them.
Absolutely. And you know, when the Most High turns his face from you, you feel it. You feel it. You feel that absence, that void, that presence is not there. You just, and your life just, you think you're doing something, but you have to be true to yourself and realize that you ain't doing nothing. So we're going to get it in, y'all. I'm not going to waste too much time sitting here talking about something y'all already know. All right. Is there anyone else? Any other comments? Any other comments? Anyone else would like to thank the Creator for anything special? No? Y'all ready to rock and roll? They ready to rock and roll. You hear that? They ready to rock and roll now, see? All right, y'all. We're going to do some traveling today. We're going to do some traveling. And the traveling we're going to do today is going to be a little bit different than the traveling we've done in the past. We're going to talk about some things, and everything I did today, everything I do is intentional. We're going to talk about some things today that I'm not so sure you're going to hear anywhere else because everybody else is scared to talk about it. We ain't got no fear in our heart. And we can travel some places a lot of people are afraid to travel to, but we ain't afraid. We like the dark because the Most High said he dwells in the thick darkness. So we like the dark. I got to drink a little bit of my espresso juice to loosen up my vocal cords. So
Chief Malak said, I hate those that hate thee, O Lord. Words of the king. Let's go, Prince. He didn't say that, did he? Mm-hmm. He said that.
My wife had made some juice that we're going to be selling out the front gate.
You got the apple juice one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I got. It's good. Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know how they made it, but it's real good. All right. So now, let me see where my lesson went. I got a lesson here somewhere. All right, there we go. Let me put that over here. Our lesson today was supposed to come out of the book of Samuel's, and I prepared it according to the book of Samuel's. But what we're probably going to do today is we're probably going to read Samuel's, get into Samuel's, the second part of the class. And for the first part, we're going to talk about this right here. All right, y'all ready? Can y'all all see that? Is that visible? Can everybody see that?
Okay.
Who's scared of the dark? Raise your hand. Anybody scared of the dark?
I mean, sometimes.
Witches and warlocks and sorcerers and magic. Any of y'all scared of the dark? All right, y'all say that right now till we get started. And when y'all see what ASHEROTH is all about, y'all go, oh, they scared of the dark. No more. Thank you, Prince. All right. Do I have a reader? Is any of my readers in the room? Sister TT, Sister Ornette, Sister TT. Any of my readers in the room? So, family, you look now, y'all wearing me thin now. Y'all got to go out and share this page, this link. We're supposed to have like 2,000 people in the room right now, and we only got 1,900. We need 100 more. So we're supposed to have 2,000 people in the room right now. And I don't see 2,000. Anybody scared of the dark? Nobody's scared of the dark. All right. Do I have any readers present? None of my readers are present? All right. None of my readers are present.
Somebody said I am. Oh, no, that was you.
All right.
If they not, I got you.
Y'all gonna make me do it myself.
If they not, I got you.
Are you gonna read?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now see, say he'll read. All right. Let's rock and roll. Share, family. Share.
You go to Devarim?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Devarim 16, verse 1. Verse 21. That's the first place we're gonna go to open up this lesson. All right. Don't be afraid, y'all. Don't nobody be scared. Don't nobody be crying or nothing. We don't want to hear you crying. All right. Let's rock and roll.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 21 says, "You shall not plant any tree as an Asherah beside the altar of Adonai your Elohim that you shall make."
What? Thank you for that. What does that mean? What?
Did you want the scriptures on the screen?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I messed up. Oh, not the scripture, the lesson. The lesson. So let's see how we can do this. All right.
There you go.
All right, we go with that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that'll work. I like that. You smart. You did that? Yeah, she's smart. I like her. She boy. You see that? She put that mind to work. She said, I know how to do this. And she did it. Now it's frozen. All right, that's better. Here we go. You want to read that again, please? Because the people probably forgot what they just heard 5 minutes ago. Read it again, please.
Read the version I was reading or read KJV?
Read your version. Read whatever one you want.
Devarim 16:21, "You shall not plant any tree as an Asherah beside the altar of Adonai your Elohim that you shall make."
What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? Thou shalt not plant a grove of any tree near the altar of the Most High thy Elohim, which thou shalt make thee. So if you make an altar or you build a house of worship in some manner, you can't plant a tree next to it. Why? You see, we read these scriptures, and I know we even read it in here. We use it as a commandment even in here. So therefore, we plant no trees around the temple that we have here. Why? Today you're going to find out. Today you're going to find out. A lot of Israel leaders and teachers don't know what you're about to learn today. A lot of people scared of the dark. Prince ain't scared of the dark. Prince like it in the dark. Why does the Creator tell us that thou should not plant a grove or any tree near unto the altar of the Most High, which thou shalt make unto thee? The reason why the Father tells us that is because in the ancient days, early part of ancient Israel, they associated deities with the Almighty. Deities. They said the Most High had partners, as if he couldn't do it by himself. Keep thinking. You getting there though. They associated deities with the Almighty. They went so far that these are our forefathers that the Most High said are committing all type of abominations. But one of these abominations was hidden from you because you didn't search deep enough to find it, although it was present right in your face. This is the evidence. Every law that the Most High gives us, he gives us for a reason. Because of some type of practice that we were doing in our way, or the people round about us was doing, that we incorporated into our worship of this king. Therefore, the Most High came up with a commandment. He says, thou shalt not plant thee, and I read it like 4 times. This is the 5th time. We all right, though. A grove of any tree near unto the altar of the Most High your Elohim, which ye shall make unto you. Now, see, could you read your version again? Now, watch how it translated into his version.
Devarim chapter 16, verse 21. Ye shall not plant any tree as an Asherah beside the altar of Adonai, your Elohim, that you shall make.
The Creator told us not to do it. But do you notice how mine says a grove and here says Asherah? There's a grove right here, it says grove. But in the Hebrew, it says Ashtoreth. You know who Ashtoreth was? No. You know why you don't know? Because they don't teach you. Plus, in a lot of these translations and versions, they took out who Ashtaroth was. They took her out. You know why they took her out? Because they wanted you to have the ideal that there is nothing there. But there was something. There was something that our people worshipped other than the Most High. It was an abominable thing. And the Most High, it was so abominable, he said, don't do it. But our people was guilty of idolatry, thinking they was doing right. Thinking that they was walking in accordance with the Creator's laws. So much that the Most High said, don't do it. Why did they take the name Ashtoreth out of the scriptures if it was present in the Hebrew? They took it out for a reason. To keep us in a delusional state. A lot of our teachers in Israel today do not know what you're about to learn today. Ashtaroth. In demonology, in black magic, sorcery, witchcraft, Ashtaroth is known to be the great Duke of Hell. Ashtaroth is known to be the great Duke of Hell. In first hierarchy, which means that he was a king just like Baal-zebub. Anybody ever heard of Baal-zebub? Lord of the Flies. He's Lord of the Flies, Baal-zebub. Come over, Bakasha.
Shalom.
Hey, you got something for his shoes?
You look nice. Shalom.
Shalom. How you like the Knesset? First time.
I believe so. Where's his machine?
Really?
All right. So get patak, Bavakasha. So get patak. Patak. To the above. Please forgive me, family. I'm going to start that again. Ashtaroth, in demonology, is known to be the great Duke of Hell. Look it up for yourselves so you'll know. To be the great Duke of Hell in the first hierarchy with Beelzebub and Lucifer, he is part of an evil trinity. Now, this is one terminology of Ashtaroth. Do anybody know anything about the deity S-I-N, sin? Well, Prince, you ain't supposed to be saying the name of false deities, of any deity. It's not supposed to be heard off your tongue. That ain't what the Creator talking about. The Most High is saying you're not supposed to say these names by way of reverence, giving glory, honor, and praise unto. That's what he's saying. Because if he didn't want us to say it, the word sin wouldn't be present, and it's not, but it is. Do anybody know about the deity Sin? Sin is an ancient Babylonian deity, also known as Dinah. That star up there in the sky, star in the crescent, the moon and the half moon and the star, that's the symbol of Dinah. Dinah is both a male and a female deity. And a lot of people don't know that. Dinah is both a male Moloch and a female Dinah deity, Sin. That's his other name, Sin. It has several different names. And the ancient Abyssinian people would worship these deities. Matter of fact, the Islamic nation still carry the symbol of Dinah, of Sin, of Moloch today. If you ever seen a Muslim country, a lot of them, their flag, their symbol is the half crescent with the star. It's idolatry. Yeah, that's right. It's idolatry. A lot of us don't know that. The reason why I brought that out is because that deity, if you look it up, sometimes it's referenced as a man, sometimes it's referenced as a female. Zakar with Nikiva, masculine and feminine, man and woman. It's both reflections depending on the nation of people that you're dealing with at that particular time. So is Ashtaroth. Ashtaroth is a deity in the masculine gender and the feminine gender. And in the ancient days, if you do some history and read up on it, they'll tell you that this was the wife of the Creator. Yes?
So,
Okay, well, how about you come up so everybody can hear you? So you can ask your question, because I know you got a good one.
so my question is, then is that the spirit that's on the whole transgender thing that's going on right now?
It could
I don't
be.
know.
It
That's
could
just
be.
based on you saying
It could be because they worship the negative energy, the adversarial energy. They do worship it, and it comes in different forms. You could be right. You could be onto something there. You could be onto something.
Kind of came to mind.
She said, "Is that the spirit that's on the whole transgender thing, where they could be a man one day and a woman the next day, or depending on how they feel when they wake up?" That's what you're saying, right?
Well, we know it's a spirit. I just didn't know which one. But
Yeah, I've never heard it related to that, but I can see where you're coming from. But these deities, another point I want to bring out before I move on. Ashtaroth is the great Duke of Hell in the first hierarchy. Hierarchy means ranks and order. You know, hierarchy means like the king and emperor and all that stuff. So Ashtaroth is in the hierarchy with Beelzebub. What Beelzebub mean? Say it again. Lord of the Flies. You can say king if you choose, but yeah, right? And then Lucifer. Now, why didn't they say Satan? Why didn't they mention Satan in this issue? Because Lucifer and Beelzebub and Satan are all supposed to be the same. Iblis. You ever heard of Iblis? Ha-Satan. You heard of Ha-Satan? A lot of people believe that Beelzebub, Lucifer, and Satan are all the same being. And if you go on the internet and look, a lot of places will tell you that they're all the same being, but they're not. They're different individuals. Different individuals that hold different ranks and authority in the order of what we consider to be a place of demonology. They want you to believe that there's a place in the ground, and when you die, your soul goes there and be tormented forever, but it ain't. That ain't what hell is all about. Hell is about striving to take the soul of man. This is what the Creator left on record for us to know, to experience what true hell is all about. It's called Hell. The Christians gave us that terminology, hell. But you know what hell really is? Hell is a place, a mind state. It's the place of it, not hell, what they're dealing about. The ideal of demonology, of a world where negative energies, which really ain't negative at all, but we understand it because that's how they gave it and delivered it to us. But there is a such thing as idolatry. Idolatry comes into play when you worship these things. When you give these things the praise that you're supposed to give to the Most High, you're committing idolatry. But what does the Creator tell us in the scripture? That these things has no power. You've given it the power by your praise and your worship and your reverence. Your energy is being given to it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want to drop something more. Some of y'all know already. Some of you don't, and you ain't going to really understand, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And if you got a question, then you ask me. Demons and angels. Demons on the side of who? Whose side are demons on? Satan's side. Satan's side. They evil, they bad. And the angels supposed to be on the side of who? The Creator's side. The Creator's side. They great and righteous. They wrong. Don't let man teach you. Because as long as man teach you, you're going to be confused. Angels and demons are one and the same. Christianity came in and gave us a separation of these powers, and we believe it to be true. But I'm telling you, put all that to rest because it ain't true. Did you hear what Prince said? Prince said angels and demons are one and the same. Man, look, let me break it down to you this way. The Most High, when the children of Israel was leaving Egypt, right? Remember we was running from the Egyptians? We was running, and the Most High, the angel was in the cloud, right? That angel, scripture says it was an angel, Malak. That angel looked out of the cloud and scared the Egyptians. Y'all follow me? How could he do that? Because angels supposed to look lovely and sweet and kind. That angel, which only means messenger or servant of the Almighty, but to them, he was an adversarial energy. He appeared to be evil and wicked and gruesome. But to us on this side, all we saw was the power of angel radiating beautiful and pleasant with us. But the Egyptians, who was the opposers, who was standing in their negative energy, what did they see? They saw a demon. That's exactly right. Yes, you have a question? Come up so they can hear you, please. Yeah, we open for questions, always.
So my question is that ASHEROTH, like these deities up here, Beelzebub and things like that, are those actually mentioned in scripture as quote unquote real, or are those things that man came up with along with Christianity?
There you go.
That's what I'm confused.
They come along with Christianity. Christianity is a reflection of these things that we're getting into today. Christianity was a reflection of idolatry. That's what we're getting at today. Man in his sick mind had to say the Creator had a wife. And his name was Ashtaroth. Ashtaroth, when you read in some of the places, Ashtaroth was the wife of the Creator. This is what they teach you. Now, to hide this, what they did was they took out the name Ashtaroth and they put in the name Grove. They put in the name Grove. This word right here, Grove. They put that name in and took out the name Ashtaroth, which is really in the ancient Hebrew. Why? So you won't even think to look it up. So you won't even know what is really being said here. Hosea 2, verse 16.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 16. And in that day declares Adonai, you will call me my husband. And no longer will you call me my
Master.
my Baal. Selectly.
Baali.
Ali.
Baali means master of me. The Creator is saying, in that day, you shall call me my husband. And you should not call me Baali anymore. Baal was a deity that the early Hebrews worshipped. The ancient Canaanites used to worship that deity as well. Ancient Canaan. And when they worshiped that deity, the children of Israel went into captivity. And when the children of Israel went into captivity, they came back worshiping Baal. But even prior to going into the captivity, the children of Israel was in familiarity with the other nations, the Canaanite nations who was around us. Just like today, we always want to go in somebody else's house and outdo them in their house with their worship and their practice and how they do what they do. We brought the practice of Baal back to the children of Israel in our families, in our cultures, and we began to call the Creator by the name of a deity, Baal. A lot of us do it today, and we call the Creator by the name of what? What deity? God is one of them. That's right. God is the name of a deity, which say Lord, another name of a deity. But we have incorporated, because we have been socialized with a lot of other people outside of the Torah that worship deities, and we bring that, implement it right back into our worship with the Creator. We learned about ASHEROTH. She goes way back into the time of Abraham. ASHEROTH practices. It goes way back into the time of Abraham, before we even became a nation. Maybe before that, who knows? We have to do the research to find out. Yes, you have a question? Come on, please. You got to come to class all the time.
Is Ashtoreth the deity that has like all of the breasts to lay eggs? Is that like Easter?
All the work, the brass?
Breasts.
Oh, she's sharp. You onto something. Go sit down. She onto something. That's another name for Ashtoreth. You're absolutely right. That's another name, Esther. You're right. Her name is Esther. You're absolutely right. And I don't know if I covered that in the lesson today. I should have it here where it talks about her. But Ashtoreth worship. That's right. You're absolutely. Oh, that girl's sharp. You got to come to class more often, girl. Right, sit. That be your seat. We put your name on that seat right there. Yeah. We always wanted to. King Solomon was guilty of this as well. King Solomon was guilty of experimenting with all these religions and then indulging a little bit because he thought, just like we think, I can handle it. We think we can handle these religions, but we can't. In our culture today, what we come up with is a lot of our parents raised us up already learning about Ashtoreth. They already taught us this in our youth. So we incorporate that in our minds and we come up worshiping. How many of y'all celebrated Easter when you was growing up? So your mama, your daddy was teaching you to worship Ashtoreth and you didn't even know. They was teaching you that. You get all dressed up, the little rabbit laid an egg, you go around looking for the Easter egg, rabbit lays egg, you go looking for it. All that stuff. You did it all. Walk down the street looking sharp. You go to church on Sunday, Easter Sunday. You ain't been to church all year, but you go on Sunday dressed up. They take pride in teaching you idolatry. And you know what you do? You grow up learning idolatry. And then one day the Creator says, Samuel. You say, did somebody call me? He says, Samuel. Did you just call me? I thought I heard you.
He left.
He says, Samuel. And they come to you and say, Sister Laurel, did you call me? You said, no, that was the Creator. Hear the voice of the Most High. The next time you feel that energy inside of you calling you to read the scriptures, to look into the book, to search something out in the scriptures, do it. Because that's the Most High putting that energy inside of you. And you was a Christian in the church. You didn't know no better. You was worshiping.
That's right.
That's right. Didn't even know it. They thought you only worshiped Jesus. That's what you thought. You thought Jesus was the only deity of the New Testament. No, ASHEROTH was there too. She was there. You just didn't know. So anyway, you heard that voice. You heard the Most High calling you. You go read through the scriptures. You go to find out you're a Hebrew Israelite. Nobody never told me that. My whole life, and nobody ever told me that I was a Hebrew. They told me I was everything else under the sun but a Hebrew Israelite. And at that time, Hebrew Israelite wasn't that popular. Believe me, it wasn't that popular. So you were an outcast to be called a Hebrew Israelite. And then when you got that knowledge that you was a Hebrew Israelite, hey, little man, you still on the show, little man. Yo, you teaching more than your father. He's saying, that's right, Abba. That's right, Abba. And when you found out you was a Hebrew Israelite and you was right in the midst of the church, you know what you did? You did what a lot of us do. What a lot of us do. We come to worship the Creator. We come to the knowledge of the Most High. We realize that the Most High wants us to himself. But you know what we do? We bring the Christian teachings with us. All we do is leave the building behind, but everything, the Christian God we bring with us, ASHEROTH stayed with us for a long time because we like looking sharp. She stayed, Easter came around. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I don't go to church, but it's Easter. I'm going to get dressed up. It's Christmas. I'm going to still do Christmas. She ain't here because ASHEROTH was a what? A deity that they exemplified by doing what? A tree. That's why the Most High said, don't put no trees. Let me get it. Don't plant no tree or a grove near the temple, near the house of worship. And today we still worshiping ASHEROTH when we set up a Christmas tree. They got you all season. They got you in Christmas, in the winter. They got you in Easter, in the spring. They ain't gonna let you go, but they camouflage it and give it these different names, and you don't even understand it. You got another question? Boy, y'all running a race here, ain't y'all? Come on, stand up. What's your question?
So man came up with that name, ASHEROTH?
Yes.
Well, you know, us as a
No, not us, not the Hebrews. The Gentiles created that name, and then we incorporated that name in our worship to the Almighty because we wanted to be like everybody else. You follow me? So what did I say just a minute ago before I was interrupted? It was a good interruption, though. Keep on interrupting. I ain't got no problem with it. Keep on interrupting. What I said was we were in the midst of the church worshiping and serving the Christian's deity, the Greek God. And then we came into the knowledge that we were Hebrew Israelites and the Most High wanted us all to himself. But what did we do? We dragged what we could from Christianity right with us when we came into our understanding of the Almighty. And to the day, we haven't let it go. We still hold on. It gotta be something. It gotta fit somewhere. It gotta be, it just can't, I couldn't have been fooled my whole life. My grandmother couldn't have been fooled her whole life. My great-great-grandmother couldn't have, everybody didn't fall for the okie doke. It couldn't have happened to me. I'm too sharp. I'm not that person. But in reality, you are. And you know how they got you? I'm gonna tell you how they got you. They deeply embedded it deep inside your mind. Deep inside your mind. It penetrated because this is something that your mama taught. Your mama dragged you to this place. Your grandma's mother, your mother's mother, your mother's 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 mother all went to this place. And they learned these things. And they gave it to you. They embedded it inside of you. And you, and even if your mom didn't teach you, you could walk down the street, you see signs of it. You see the cross everywhere. Crosses are everywhere. The church is everywhere. Churches on every corner in the hood. You can't walk but 2 blocks before you stumble into a church. Everywhere. So everywhere you go, your mind was being programmed
What was that movie we watched the other day? No, not Noah. Now You See Me. Remember the movie Now You See Me? But when they took that man's money, the man who's the multi-billionaire, they took it, had him rob a bank. And then they went back and showed us how they programmed his mind so that when he came to the stage, he could rob the bank for them and then not even know what he was doing. One of them was a hypnotist. So what they did was every time they walked past him, they would flash a number, flash a color, say a certain word, things like that to program his mind. That's how they did with us with Christianity. They programmed our minds. You go to school, you know, the preachers, the teachers is talking about it. They teach you, you see the signs of Christianity on the billboards, on the buses, everywhere you go. They have us physically practicing Easter and Christmas, physically doing these things. It's brainwashing us, not even brainwashing, brain polluting us. It was polluting our brains. And we came up in this knowledge, learning these things. And then the Most High says, Samuel. And you say, who? What was that I heard?
Even when you think
You might have to speak.
even when you think of atheists, they don't believe
Turn
in
your
the
mic
Bible.
on. Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. Hold on.
It's interesting you're saying this. Even when you think of atheists, they don't believe in the Bible anything, but they'll still say, Jesus. They still, and I asked the atheist one, I'm like, man, it's just I've been doing it for so long, is what they said. Go ahead. I just wanted to throw that out there.
You are absolutely right. Even the atheists feel like, Jesus, I just messed up. And they say, yes, sis. Come on up, sis. Come up to the platform, sis. Another question. I just can't get this lesson started, but it's okay.
This is more of a statement because once I became awakened, I was actually on my way back from Philadelphia, driving.
Philly did it to you?
No, but I was listening because I had a brother that was trying to introduce me to the IUIC, is that the name? Mm-hmm. And I rejected them for my own reasons. And I had told him, let me just listen to the Bible all the way through myself before I got back with him or anything, because I needed to have my own understanding. And from what I knew, what he was saying didn't really resonate within me. Mm-hmm. But what happened is when I was on my way back to Philadelphia, just as you were saying, the Most High had called Samuel, I'm living strong in my celibacy, even from a Christian life. But I heard the Most High calling me a whore. And that baffled my mind because man may do it because they don't know. But the Most High knows. And it really bothered my mind that why would you call me a whore? Like, why is that so strong in my mind? And as I started to really study it out, I realized that I had been whoring after another guy.
Oh, you hit it.
And well, I should say Elohim.
You hit it.
Because I then he broke it down to me through scripture because I needed only him to give me that understanding of why would you be calling me a whore when you know my life. So I just wanted to say that because that just came to my mind when you said I was calling Samuel. But
somebody get this sister a tissue. Somebody get her a tissue. What a testimony. That was great, sis. That was great. I wish you had the microphone so you can come up and say it for the world. Maybe one day we're going to have to let you get up here and speak. Let that out so the world can feel that energy because that's real. You see how she said she heard the Creator calling her a whore. He called her out on something that she just blocked out of mind. He said, hey, you, Samuel. He said, hey, DEITY. And DEITY said, Most High, I'm here. What's up, Most High? You a whore. Damn, Most High, you couldn't put it no lightly. Nah, he gave it to you raw. Yeah.
Physically, that was impossible. He knew that.
He knew that.
So why would you be calling me that when you know I'm celibate? So, it bothered my mind. But he showed it to me that we all go whoring after these other Elohims.
And that's what Israel did way back thousands of years ago. We were guilty of harlotry. And the Most High says it. He exposes us to it. But the point I'm trying to bring out is that a lot of us are raised up in these whorehouses, worshiping. You want to say something, Amy?
I want to show you. Yesterday we went to Costco, and I took this picture to show someone that they already have these Christmas trees out.
Already.
And look at the price for this one.
A Christmas tree for $1,499.
Yes. And 99 cents. In Costco.
Wow. ASHEROTH. They got ASHEROTH on sale for $1,499.99. $1,500. Sister Laurel, who you think gonna buy that tree? I bet you probably ain't there no more. It probably ain't there no more. You know, you bring something to my mind, something that I meant to mention when I was thinking the Creator. I've been saying to myself all week, I was going to say that at this particular time, and I forgot. And this is what it was. Slightly off subject, but we're going to get right back to the key. Don't even worry about it, family. While you listen to this, you can be pushing that share button to share it somewhere on your Instagram, your Facebook, in your phone messages, whatever. Just share. And this is what I was going to say. I know people that all year long will go on girls' trips, take their family on vacations. You know, I even had some of my family invite me to go on a vacation in December. But I know a lot of families who annually go on 3 and 4 different. I got a daughter and her husband stay on trips. I mean, always going through. They got a little couple of dollars, but they stay on trips. Always going on trips. And they asked me, well, Abba, how come you don't go? I said, for what? What's there for me that I can't get here? And I ain't got time to be going on no trips because I'm working too hard. But you got to get away, Abba. You got to get away. Holy days come around. Abba, I'm coming. You went on that vacation. You saved up your money all year long for that one day. All year long for those 2 and 3 trips that you were going to take all year. Holy day come around. Nobody can't make it to the land. Oh, that's too far, Abba. Oh, I got to think about it. Oh, I'll let you know, Abba. Oh, well, you know, I ain't got no money right now. You don't say that when them women trips come up. When somebody's birthday come up. You know, when somebody's getting married and they tell you a year ahead of time, you get your money right then. But the Most High says, I got a holy day for you coming up. And he ain't got that many for us. It ain't too many. It ain't overwhelming where every time you turn around, we got a holy day. He gives you time to put aside, to build up, so that when that holy day comes, you can be at the land, worshiping the Almighty. But see, that's too much like right, because we're stuck in idolatry. We do the things of the world, but the things of righteousness, we don't sacrifice for. We don't give the Most High the best of us. There's a lot of Israelites right now breaking the Shabbat because they on some boat, some cruise, or in some other place along, you know, somewhere else, having fun, as they call it. Buying, spending money, eating stuff that they ain't got no, because we can do that when we're on vacation. We, you know, the Shabbat stop when we go on vacation. No, it don't. It don't cease. It's always the Shabbat. No matter what day you say the Shabbat is, it's still the Shabbat. They spend money all year long. They save money all year long for that one day, a birthday, a wedding, a baby shower. And you ever seen a woman prepare for a baby shower? Man, look, she will move mountains to make sure she got enough KSF to get everything she wants on that baby shower. You tell that same woman the Day of Atonement is 6 months from now, she won't be present. You know what she'll tell you? I ain't got the time, or I ain't got the money. That's what they'll do. Oh, that's too far. I don't want to go all the way down. How far did you travel, Sister Laurel, again? How far was it?
Very far.
Like what? 2,000 miles, maybe?
Probably more.
Maybe more than that to get here. But you know how many people supposed to be here today? This room's supposed to be packed. It's supposed to be packed. We're supposed to have standing room only. But because we put the Most High maybe fourth on our, maybe sixth on our list, 11th, maybe 11th on our list to please, we don't show up. And then we halfway do it in our own houses. We'll put the class on and then walk the screen so we can hear it. Or then when somebody get a phone call, we pick up that phone and we don't hear class no more. So we halfway do it even when we do it. And that's not right. That's not good. That's not about the Most High. But let's get back to the lesson. I just had to say that because it was in my spirit that we will save up money all year long to do what we want to do, to spend thousands of dollars doing heathenistic, pleasuristic things, but to give the Creator the glory, we don't want to spend our money on. How many of you even come in every day and come to the Shabbat services every week and enjoy the Shabbat services and then send a donation at the end of the month and say, here, Prince, y'all got to keep this going on. Here go $5. Here go $10. Here go $1,000. Here go $20,000. Prince, here go $2 million. Keep this thing going on. How many of y'all do something like that? Nobody. I know because I'm the record keeper. Nobody. And if they did, it would be great. We do got, I'm not being straight clear right now. We do have some people who give what they can faithfully. And we are very appreciative of those people. So we do have some people that give what they can, and they ain't never been here. All they do is tune in on the Shabbat and listen to us, but they make sure that every month, we got like 2 people. They make sure that every month their donation is there. It might be different numbers, but it's there. And it's appreciated. It's appreciated. We appreciate it a whole lot. But all I'm saying is we got to learn how to sacrifice for the Almighty and stop being so pleasuristic in our doings. Everything we do is about pleasure. So let's get back to the lesson. They don't want to hear no more about that, Prince. I know. I'm be quiet. So who was Ashtaroth? And it says God had a wife, and her name was Asherah. Asherah is abbreviated form of Ashtaroth, same name. God had a wife whom the book of Kings suggests was worshipped alongside Yahweh in his temple in Israel, according to Oxford scholars. Now, this is what the Oxford scholars had to say. Let's grab this a little bit. Let me go pull this up, and let me mythology. Let me pull this up. Be patient with me, please. I promise you, you're going to learn something today you ain't never known. Let me change my screen so that y'all can read along with me. I like it when y'all read along with me. It's better when y'all read along with me. All right? We got it? All right. God's wife, edited out of the Bible, almost edited. It says God had a wife, Asherah, whom the book of Kings suggests was worshipped alongside Yahweh in his temple in Israel, according to an Orthodox scholar. In 1967, Raphael Patiel was the first historian to mention that the ancient Israelites worshiped both Yahweh and Asherah. Remember that commandment that I had up on the page earlier? Where the Most High said, do not plant a tree near my altar? Because of this. He didn't want us mixing up and worshiping someone other than him. This author, this guy, Raphael Patiel, he found what I'm teaching you today. He found it. And he's probably a European. Don't know who he is. The theory has gained new prominence due to the research of Francesca Stravakopoulos, who began her work at Orthodox and is now a senior lecturer in the Department of Theology and Religion in the University of Exeter. Information preventing Stratfield's book, lectures and journal papers has become the basis of 3-part documentary series now airing in Europe. Wait a minute. Why are they airing it in Europe? Why are they airing it at all? Anybody got an idea? Where she discusses the Yahweh Asherah connection. Does anybody have an idea why they had to put this in a paper, in a news, in a movie form, and air it in Europe? Why? Why did they do this? The Creator says in the scriptures that the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. They are determined to keep it in their possession. So if they can convolute your mind, and if they can spread this type of idolatry, they're praying that they'll be able to get it back. And if they can get it back, that means that we fall in darkness again. They're not spreading this to enlighten people like I'm doing today, so that you can let these deities go. They're spreading it so that you think it is okay to commit idolatry. The ancient Israelites did it, so look, you can do it too. It's idolatry, and it's not permitted by the Almighty for us to do. Therefore, we shouldn't be doing it. They're spreading this ancient knowledge and this ancient practice of what our forefathers did, so that our people will become trapped in idolatry once again. And we are too foolish to see what they're doing. Who is Ashtaroth? Can somebody tell me? Who is Asherah? Who is Ashtaroth? Who is she? Who was she known to be? Who was she? I just taught y'all for the last half hour. Yes, but who is she? What was she known to be? Supposedly the wife of the Most High. That's right. Did our people worship Ashtaroth? How come we don't know nothing about Ashtaroth today? They changed the names. They hid it. They hid it. And they don't want you to know. But it's still in the knowledge. You just got to go out there and search for it. It's still present. You got to search for it. And who was she associated with? The great Duke of Hell, Baalzebub and Lucifer. Is Lucifer the same as Satan? Yes or no? No, he's not. But they will teach you that. And some places you go on the internet and look, they'll tell you that Lucifer and Satan is the same. They'll tell you that, but they're not. Ashtaroth. Here we go, another understanding of Ashtaroth. The moon goddess of the Phoenicians, represented by the passive principles in nature, their principal female deity, frequently associated with the name Baal. Now watch this part. The sun god. The sun god, their chief male deity. The sun god was a chief male deity. I'm going to repeat that one more time. I want y'all to tell me what y'all are getting out of this. Ashtaroth was also represented as the sun god, who is the chief male deity. What y'all gathering? Is any bells going off? What you think? What bell going off in your mind? Come up here. I want to hear what you got to say. I want the whole world to hear what you got to say.
So during this time, our forefathers and foremothers, we fell into idolatry, worshiping the sun god as the Most High. And also worshiping, Ashtaroth as.
You got any more for us? You got any more for us?
Cain. So.
Go ahead. You got it. Just say it.
Jesus.
There you go. Say it again.
Jesus.
Wait, come up here. Come to so they can hear you in the back. Come on. Come say it. Come say it so they can hear you in the back, because they can't hear you. I thought you was great. Go there. What is it, sis?
Jesus.
Why?
Because they praise Jesus over the Most High, which is what you say. It's the Son.
The Son of God. Son God became the Son of God. And yes, that's Jesus. You're absolutely right. and they gave it to us in the church. They gave it to us in the church. They gave it to us in idolatry. The Son God became the Son of God. You have to dig deep to find this information. You know why? Because they ain't going to put it out there for you to see. You got to know what you're looking for. You don't believe me? Wait till I pull some more of this stuff up, and it's going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. See, everybody ain't teaching this type of stuff on the Shabbat because they scared. They scared. We're going to teach it because we want you to know. We want you to know how to avoid the sun traps. Baal, he was also associated with Baal and the Son of God, their chief male deity. All right. What was Ashtaroth worship? Ashtaroth was worshipped as the goddess of the. Whoa. Let me tell y'all this. Whoa. Do y'all remember in the ancient days when they had depictions of JC? Even when they had depictions of a black JC. Do you remember what was over top of his head? The sun. I rest my case. Let's move on. Asherah was worshipped as the goddess of a wide variety of things. She was connected with both the moon and the planet Venus. Remember I told y'all that earlier? She was connected with both the moon and Venus. And all that's cool as long as she ain't worshipped. If you get this knowledge in your head, it's cool to know who it is and what it is, as long as you don't worship it. Because the moment you start worshiping like our forefathers did, it was so bad for our forefathers that they baked cakes to the Queen of Heaven. They baked cakes to the Queen of Heaven. And who was the Queen of Heaven? And who was Ashtaroth married to? The creator, supposedly. They said she was married to the Most High. Therefore, if the Most High is the King of Heaven, then what is she? And our forefathers baked cakes to the Queen of Heaven. And guess what? The men was right there with them. The men was right there with them when they was baking cakes, committing idolatry. And nobody said nothing. So today, we're still worshiping Ashtaroth in so many different forms. We're still guilty. Oh, this ain't gonna stop. Watch this. She was connected with both the moon and the planet Venus. Eastern Bible Dictionary says she represented the passive principle in nature. If you talk to a lot of people who practices witchcraft, or what they call Wicca, right? Wicca, witchcraft, it's always about nature. Nature. Some people who practice, what is that religion? They pray to trees. They're pagans, but they have a, Iman, what's that religion your brother was a part of, high priest? Yoruba. In the Yoruba religion, they pray to trees. They worship nature. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with appreciating nature. You can appreciate the beauty of nature, but to worship nature is a different thing. Like I'm all about herbs. I'm all about natural healing. I'm all about natural food. But for me to turn around and worship that tree and say, tree, thank you for my life. Or thank you for this beautiful day. Now you're dealing in the verge and you're on the verge, you're in idolatry. That's where we shouldn't be. Our ancestors had a problem with that, and our ancestors practiced idolatry on a supreme level where we would actually go out and give cakes to the Queen of Heaven. She was connected with both the moon and the planet Venus. Eastern's Bible Dictionary says she represented the passive principle in nature. She was also seen as a goddess of fertility. A goddess of what? As Esther, Easter. That's right.
And the Eastern Star.
And the Eastern Star. What about it? Why don't you come back up here and tell us, man? For the 5th time. Matter of fact, just get a chair and sit right there.
That is also the female version of the Masonry, the Eastern Stars. The women version, they don't realize that that's also who they're working.
That's why they call it the Eastern Star,
That's why
Eastern Star.
That is why they call the Eastern Stars.
I bet when you get to a certain level, they let you know.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Look, Sister Ornette popped up in the house. You're a little late, sis. You're a little late, Sister Ornette. But it's okay. I'm glad you're here. She's also the goddess of fertility, Estar, Easter, Eastern Star, because the Eastern Star represents the planet Venus. They have that star in the crescent also. Matter of fact, that little star is their symbol. Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh. And war. She was also known as the Queen of Heaven. She was also known as the Queen of Heaven. Keep that in your minds, that Queen of Heaven. All right. The name ASHEROTH appears on the Bible stage when Israel has just settled in the land of Canaan. After Joshua died, the Israelites forsook Yahweh and began to dedicate themselves to Baal and Asherah. You find that in Judges chapter 2, verse 13. Again, after the death of Judge Yair, Israel followed the Baalims and the Asheroth, Judges 10 and 6. During the days of Samuel, YISRAEL, we're going to read about that later on today. Now you're going to know what they're talking about when they mention Asherah in our reading today. In the days of Samuel, Israel rejected Asheroth, 1 Samuel 7 and 4, 12:10. But when King Saul died on Mount Gilboa, the Philistine took his weapons and placed them in the temple, in their temple of Ashereth. The Philistines was our arch enemies, and they took and placed it in the temple of their deity.
Who was Asherah? Ashtoreth. In the Bible, Asherah or Ashtoreth is a name of a pagan fertility goddess and the wooden called object devoted to her. In the Bible, Asherah is almost always referred to as a sacred pole erected in honor of the fertility goddess. Scripture also references carved images of Asherah. He made a carved image of the goddess Asherah and set it up in the house, temple, of which the Lord said to David and to his son Solomon, "In this house and in Jerusalem, in the tribe of Judah, which I have chosen from all the tribes of Israel, I will put my name forever."
So did y'all see that? We took and we set up our idols in the house of worship. The Most High knew ahead of time that we would do that, and he forewarned us and told us, don't do that. And Asherah is symbolized by a tree, by a plant. The Most High said, don't do this. It's funny how she covers so many different
2 Kings
things.
chapter 21, verse 7. The name Asherah means she who enriches. In Ugaritic literature, she was called Lady Asherah of the Sea. She was believed to be worshipped in ancient Syria, Phoenicia, and Canaan. She was worshipped by the Phoenicians as Astarte,
What?
the Assyrians as Ishtar,
You hear that, sis?
and the Philistines as Asherah.
Oh.
First
That's
Samuel.
important. She was worshipped as Astarte, Ishtar, and Asherah. Wow, she getting it in.
Chapter 31, verse 10. And they put Saul's weapons and armor in the temple of the Ashtoreth, female goddesses, and they fastened his body to the wall of Bethshan. As soon as Joshua died, Asherah worship plagued Israel due to Israel's incomplete conquest of Canaan. Judges chapter 2, verse 13.
It says, as soon as Joshua died, Asherah worship became prevalent in Israel because we didn't completely cut the Canaanites off. I'm going to say that again. After Joshua died, Asherah worship became prevalent in Israel because we didn't cut the Canaanites completely off. A lot of these people you got in your life that you call your friend, your family, that you know are practicing idolatry and you don't cut them off, you know what I mean? Stop associating with them on the level that you're doing. Stop holding them dear to your heart. Stop imitating their ways and their practices, their teachings, accompanying them to these places where they do these things. You're going to eventually, and if not you, it's going to get in you, and your children will begin to do these evil and wicked things. The only way we're going to fix this problem, Israel, is that we got to stop associating on that high level with so many people outside of righteousness. That's why community living is so important. That's why you have to live in the midst of your people. It's so important, just so that you get the right energy on a daily basis to keep you strong. Let's read on, please.
They abandoned the Lord and served Baal, the pagan god of the Canaanites, and the Ashtoreth. The nation of Israel was in a state of compromise in Judges 1. Initially, they had fought the pagan culture of the Canaanites. Then they feared it, and then they coexisted with it peacefully. Some might say
it, and then
that
they
this was
coexisted
only a
with
little
it peacefully.
disobedience compared to everything
Can y'all hear
God had
this?
commanded. Still, God does not consider minor disobedience regarding his precise commands. God commanded his people for their good, and he wanted complete obedience. What would motivate them to compromise and disobey God's clear commands? Judges 2 gives the reason. Every generation faces either degeneration or regeneration. We must pay attention to this message. Our generation and the next must consider this question. Will the generation degenerate or regenerate? Judges 2 discusses Asherah. The first 5 verses of Judges 2 reveal the Lord lovingly confronting his people about their compromise. Despite Israel's unfaithfulness, the Lord affirmed his faithfulness. God is faithful to keep his promises to us, even when we desert the Lord and are unfaithful to him. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13.
See, they got their New Testament up
If
in there,
we
didn't they?
are faithless, he remains faithful, true to his word and his righteous character, for he cannot deny himself. People are always called to be different by God. It was God's standard for Israel to be different from the nations around them, but they had not obeyed. Sin always hurts. It always shackles. Joshua had faith in God and believed in his promises. Because of the leadership of Joshua, his generation knew the Lord. However, generations come and go. The new generation didn't know God. The nation began with incomplete obedience and compromise. Instead of driving out the Canaanites, they were affected by that heathen nation's perverse pagan worship. Baal would
See that? Instead of driving out the Canaanites, we went to their pagan worship. It took over us. Their spirit was stronger than our spirit, and it influenced us to do wickedness. See, this is why you got to completely separate yourself from all of these things. You coming up again? Oh, thought you was coming up again. Go ahead, sis. Yes, and it's dangerous, family. Dangerous. We got to watch this.
harvest god, and Ashtoreth was the fertility goddess. Canaanite religion was tolerant and had no problem with someone worshiping their gods and the Lord God of Israel.
You see that? The Canaanites had no problem with somebody worshiping their deities and the Most High. And why? They smart. They smart. And that's what happened with us today. We're still suffering from trying to worship something else and bring it into the practice of worshiping the Almighty. We're still guilty of it today. And we got to let it go.
But the Lord said he alone was to be worshipped. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. You shall have no other gods before me. The people had a choice. In time, Israel caved. God eventually stopped driving the judged nations out of the land and left them to test his people. Asherah was characterized by a limbless tree trunk
Look at this,
planted
y'all.
in the ground. The trunk was typically carved into a symbolic representation of the goddess. As a result of the connection with carved trees, the places of Asherah worship were commonly called groves. He placed the carved Asherah pole he had made in the temple among King Manasseh's evil acts. 2 Kings chapter 21, verse 7. Considered the moon goddess, Asherah was often presented as a consort of Baal, the sun god. Judges chapter 6, verse 28. Early the next morning, when the men of the city got up, they discovered that the altar of Baal was torn down, and the Asherah which was beside it was cut down, and the second bull was offered on the altar which had been built. Judges chapter 10, verse 6.
We're going to stop there. Nasik, you want to post some of those comments? You want to turn your mic on?
I told Miss Slackley you all. I didn't know you wanted me to switch. That's my fault. I'll start over. She is also. This is a. Back with everything. This is Mora Hadassah. Yo, volume. Yeah. She is also Ishtar. Why am I yelling? She is also Ishtar and Nana connected to Lilith. Lilith's origins is a diminishment of the moon, a spirit of immodesty, where the woman wants to be on top, uncovered, dominating, the need to be seen. Even in today's times, many doulas and midwives are straight up witches. Now they teach womb worship and fertility as a veiled allusion to sex magic, the literal worship of the reproductive organs. I recently saw a fake midwife in the Hebrew community. She called herself a midwife, was vegan, pretended to seek the Most High on her page, and she was nude and pregnant, playing Orisha music and creating altars. Unfortunately, in the Hebrew community, witches disguise themselves and seduce men by pretending to be vegan, herbalists, healers, and midwives, but they have a spirit of seduction and feminist domination. All right, that's the end of her breakdown. We got Zarkana TT says the Christmas Yule log is symbolic of a phallus, also symbolizing fertility along with the Xmas tree. I think I missed some stuff up here. Give me a second. More Zakaria says, we are very familiar with ASHEROTH, even and especially in these times. The Asherah pole is quite literally a stripper pole. This goddess of fertility symbolizes seduction and lust even now. Then more Hadassah Comment is saying, absolutely, the feminine spirit is a paradigm of exalting, elevating the woman. The woman is literally elevated, exalted, raised up on a stripper pole. Men bow down to worship lewdness. Nature worship, worship of creation, worship of the physical, worship of the body. It always leads to depravity and hedonism. A lot of people don't know what that is, because it glorifies the body, the physical sensations, and sensuality. Idolatry, worshiping the creation over the creator. All idolatry boils down to worshiping self. Satanists will literally tell you that their religion is about worshiping self, making one's own law. That's kind of it. Everybody is just commenting about not hearing me and things of that nature. I'm going to pass it back to you.
May the Most High be praised. So Rabbah. Thank you for that. So you got to see the video. You got to hear part of the lesson. And now let's deal with this portion here. Mythical meaning of Asherah. You would have to go to any of these two sites here, and they'll tell you the mystical meaning of Asherah. The temples and grove of Asherah, where the sacred shrines were worshipped of the Phoenician Venus, was practiced in licentious ways. And you find that in Judges. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Most High. Then they forgot the Most High, their Elohim, and served Baalim and groves. So when it says they forgot the ways of the Most High and gave their energy over to Baalim and the groves, it actually means Baalim and Asherah. That's what it actually means. We had gotten in our minds, remember the times of Judges, people did what was right in their own minds. They didn't want nobody over top of them telling them and orchestrating them to do what that person felt, or what the Most High revealed to that person, or even what that person understood was the best path for the people. They wanted to do what was right in their minds. So therefore, everybody did what was pleasing to them, and they worshiped Asherahs. 2 Chronicles 33:3. For he built again the high places which Hezekiah his father had broken down. And this is all the way in the times of the kings. That little stuff I'll take care of. All the way in the times of the kings, they were worshiping Baalim. Y'all know what the time of the kings mean, right? After King David died. Yeah, after that, Hezekiah was like the sixth king, I believe, after that, somewhere around that lineage. Hezekiah, his father, had broken down, and he reared up altars for Baalim. Now, this is talking about Manasseh. Manasseh was Hezekiah's son. And after Hezekiah died, see, Hezekiah went in and cleaned up shop because Israel was already worshiping all these deities. Hezekiah went in, cleaned up shop, and then he died. And his son, Manasseh, when he first became ruler, he was wicked. Matter of fact, scripture says he did more wickedness than any of the kings that was before him. That's how wicked he was. But then during his lifetime, he had a realization of who he was and how he was living, and he repented. And you'll find in the Apocrypha the prayer of Manasseh. That's his prayer. Beautiful prayer, ain't it? The prayer of Manasseh is a beautiful prayer. Yeah, that's him, King Hezekiah's son. All right? He had built again the high places which Hezekiah his father had broken down. And he reared up altars for Baalim and made groves and worshiped all the host of heaven and served them. Now, I wanted to mention that part right there. It says he worshiped all the host of heaven. Wayirabe Elohim ekol hadibarim ha'elelemor. Anoki Yotzeh. He says, I am the creator. Lo ta'aseh temuna. What else to say? Lo ta'aseh temuna. Thou shalt not have any images of anything that's in the heavens above, nor the earth beneath, not of the waters nor the waters under the earth, to bow down thyself to worship them. Manasseh was guilty of these things. He worshiped the host of heaven. All of the things in the heavens he worshiped. And today, we're walking in his same tracks for a lot of us. We're still worshiping the host of heaven, especially the queen of heaven. We just worshiping her by a different name. Let's rock. Let's see where we at. He worshiped all the hosts of heaven, and he ain't just worship them, he served them. Ashereth is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible in the book of Exodus, Deuteronomy, Judges, and the book of Kings, and second book of Chronicles, and in the book of Isaiah, and in the book of Jeremiah, and in the book of Micah. Why did I think that was important to show you guys? Because that's a whole history of the nation of Israel. Since we first came out of Egypt, matter of fact, when he was in Egypt, we were worshiping all these deities. And over 100 years, maybe, almost 200 years of a cycle, we are still working. Matter of fact, that was 400 years, I think. Solomon says it was 400 years after the Exodus. So that was like 400 to 500 years after being in Egypt, we were still practicing idolatry. Why do we think we're not practicing idolatry today? Now, every Israelite in that time thought he was right. He thought he was right in his practice, in his service to who he understood was the Almighty. He thought he was right. But they bound partners with the Creator, and they made association with the Creator with other deities or other men or other women. And that's where they fell off. The Most High, Shema Yisrael, Yotze Eloheinu, Yotze Echad. The Most High is one. And thou shalt not have any other power other than the Most High that thou shalt serve. That's where we're making our mistake today. The term often appears as merely Asherah, referring to as groves in the King James Version, which follow the Septuagint, rendering alsos, and Vulgate lukos, the poles in the New Revised Standard Version. No word that may be translated as poles appears in the text. Scholars have indicated, however, that the plural use of the term Asherahs, translating Hebrew Asherim or Asheroth, provides ample evidence that references is being made to objects or worshiping rather than a transcending figure. So let me put all this in English for you so you understand. They're saying that when you read the English Bible and you see all these different words that's being used that says poles or groves, when you look it up in the Hebrew, it's in the plural form. And it's showing you that it's talking about a thing, an energy, a spirit, a deity, and not just a pole, singular, but deities. Because this is idolatry being covered up in the appearance of being something else. They don't want you to know that you're still practicing idolatry today. So they hide it. That question was asked to the young brother last night about the New Testament. What was the purpose of the New Testament? Do you remember what you said last night? Come up and tell the world. What was the purpose of the New Testament? What was the purpose of that book?
So the purpose of the New Testament and them formulating it the way that they did was to usher us back into idolatry.
Give us an example.
By worshiping who they call Jesus or Christ or Yeshua as the Most High. So by us reading the scripture, right, and being taught through Christianity that Yeshua is equivalent or is the physical manifestation of the Most High, that He is the Most High, and so by default, by us accepting that, right, and not even really getting into the teachings of Yeshua, but by us just accepting the fact that we believe that He is the Most High, we by default fall into idolatry unknowingly, because there is none beside the Most High. You know, and there is none that we are to worship except for the Most High, right? And so I feel that they have, you know, they took crafty counsel and they put the story together and made Christ the Most High. And we were taught, you know, growing up that we were to worship and pray to Yeshua. We were to pray in his name, to pray to him, give all glory to him. And we spoke these things out of our mouths. You know, when we gave praises to the Most High, we didn't say praise the Most High. We didn't say even what we deem as his name, whether it be Yohei-Wahe or Yahweh or Yahuwah. We weren't even saying those names. We were only saying Yeshua or Jesus or Christ, you know, and we gave all reverence to him as the Most High and not as a messenger, you know, not as a prophet, you know, and that's where we went off because we started to worship him as if he was not created by the Most High, that he was the Most High in flesh, and he was the one that we were to serve and to worship and to bow down before.
Toda Rabbah. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah. That's Asherah worship. That's exactly what they did with Asherah. They incorporated Asherah in everywhere where they built. They built a temple to the Most High. They put a tree. They put a statue. They put an image. You want to say something? He wants to say one more thing.
And it's let me backing off of what Nasi Shema said, because they incorporated it to us in a place to where if we walk in and we stump our toe, like you just said, you know, we spoke this name for everything. You know, we say, you know, when you hit your foot, you say Jesus. You know, you get frustrated, you say Jesus. You know, like we were speaking this name and giving praise to this name in so many ways that we don't even understand. And last night I would ask a question while we were having our conversation, and I think you should ask it now, you know, because he asked the question, and I'll let you ask it. But he asked us, what comes to mind? What you asked the question, but he asked us a question, and it made us reflect on. Okay.
You're speaking on it.
Yeah.
Speak it. Say it. You just took over. You might as well just come on up and just go ahead and do your thing.
But he asked a question last night though. He said, when you think of God, what color is he? And you know, we all close our eyes, and a lot of us naturally, when we're asked that question, or we think of, or we hear the term God, or we hear the word God or Most High, a lot of times we still see those pictures, we still see those paintings, we still see those images. It's another thing. We were brought into idolatry. Right. We were brought into idolatry because he just brought out. We were not to have no graven images of anything. That we would bow ourselves down and worship. We bowed ourselves down before the altars where they had crosses set up. We bowed ourselves down before the altars where they had pictures of Christ or Yeshua posted over all around the church's walls. And we bowed down to these things. You know, we prayed to these things. You know what I mean? And so we brought these pictures home, you know, and we bowed down to these things. And then it ain't always just about physically bowing down, but every time we made reverence to the Most High, those images came into our minds, you know, and polluted our minds to where that became our reality, that became our vision, that became what we seen as the Most High, you know. And he, you know, says, don't have no graven images of anything. So we were already guilty there. That should have been red flags when we're going into churches and we're seeing pictures of anything. You know, there's supposed to be reverence to the Creator. Those should have been our red flags, but we didn't understand it.
Man, didn't you have a whole 2-3 hours last week to teach? Wonderful lesson. He summed all that up in a good 5 minutes. He did a great job. Great information. Come a little closer, please. Come a little closer. There you go.
As he spoke about the picture, it brings to mind years ago when I found this picture at a yard sale, and I took it home. I said, "Oh, this is the Savior." You know, the picture with the thorns in there. Yeah. And I took it home and I said, "Okay, this is the Savior." So I'll put it on the. I'll just hang it up. So I got home, and as soon as I put that thing on the wall, I literally heard, take it down. I literally heard, and instantly I just took it down, and that was the end of that. And I'm telling you, even on my flight, as I got up on the seat to pull out my overhead suitcase, somebody brought Jesus Christ, you know, this like.
What you say? They brought it. They said it.
We said that for everything.
Yeah. I mean, they just screaming out, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
It was like,
That's how they give it to us.
somebody got up on the seat to put out the suitcase.
Yeah, boy. That's how they give it to us. That's how they, sis, you want it?
I just want to say.
She talking on the way up here. Come on, sis, you got it.
No, I just want to say, even when I was in Christianity, because I was desperately wanting to know the truth without knowing I didn't already have the truth, but just didn't resonate within me. I remember in 2015, it was just like the Most High was revealing to me, don't use the name Jesus anymore. And then I initially was afraid not to use the name.
Didn't I say that last night? How they penetrate your mind. They teach in the New Testament, I don't mean to interrupt you, but they teach in the New Testament, JC supposed to say, if you deny me before man, I will deny you before the Creator. And that put fear in the heart of a lot of people. They don't want to go against him. Go ahead.
So I had to wrestle within myself, but overall, I stopped using the name. And then I would just use the Most High. Actually, I would say, because I didn't even know the term Abba, I would just say Dad. So I use the term Dad so much that people would think I would be talking about my biological dad. I'm like, oh no, he's dead. I'm talking about the Creator, you know. And it just became more of a habit for me to use the Creator's name as Dad versus the name Jesus, because it was so accustomed. I was so accustomed to using it in so many areas of my life. And even when IUIC, is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Even when they were here in Sparta, and Prince had told the other Prince had told me about.
I'm the Prince.
Rob.
I'm the only Prince.
Rob. When he told me that they were coming, so it was a Friday before Sabbath. I saw them, and I purposely dropped somebody off and came back so that I could stand out there. And then they got irritated with me because they were obviously showing you the white JC and telling you how that wasn't him, but then they had a black one. And I said to them, you guys are in idolatry because you're not supposed to be showing any images at all. And then, of course, they got mad with me and they tried to figure out how to attack me as a woman. And I said, you know what, they're reflecting from what I'm telling them, because they don't want to talk about the fact that they're still using an image, and that's idolatry. So you're out here teaching, but you're teaching wrong. So I just wanted to say that, because we do think that, oh, well, we can take down the white one and put up the black one.
You are so much on point.
Still not in sin.
You're so much on point.
So I just wanted to say that.
May the Most High be praised. To the Rabbah. I see how when that food start talking, everybody start walking. That food start talking, they just start creeping out slowly but surely. They're going to get out there and get their grub on. That's all right. That's all right. The Most High see you.
I think they're making,
You do too.
I don't know what they making.
they making the food.
Oh, I know they cooking the food, but everybody in here ain't cooking the food.
Right.
They done crept out too. It is what it is. But you're so right, sis. Both of y'all so on point.
Wait. That's correct. They're not cooking.
Right.
Because we got people watching. We don't want them to think that we saying that
But they can cook today. Today is Chag.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's a Chag today.
Take that back.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, but they can cook today. They can, though. It's not illegal to cook today on this day, because we were commanded that during the feast, we had to feast for 7 days. And on that 7th day, if the Shabbat fall on that 7th day, you still got to do what you've been commanded, and that's to prepare a feast for the Almighty.
But I just know that they're still not cooking.
They probably not, because my wife, she got a little touch when I told her to do it. So they probably ain't cooking. It don't matter. They doing what they got to do, and we're thankful. We're going to eat it up in a little bit. We appreciate it. But yes, There's so much to learn here. So much to learn.
Like I just learned that.
Why don't you come back to the mic, sis? We're going to give you a microphone. If you ain't going to sit next to the stage, we're going to give you a microphone.
No, just based on what we were saying right now.
Who that laughing?
The ladies and us were
Oh,
discussing it
hey.
yesterday and even this morning, because it is a Sabbath still that they weren't cooking. So even what you just said, because of the exception of the feast, I didn't know that that could be an exception because still the Sabbath is still the Sabbath. So I thought it was no fire, period.
All right, let me explain to you. Thank you for that.
Good conversation.
Yeah, I think we got to pull the scripture up. Leviticus, the 23rd chapter.
Leviticus 23.
Yeah, let's go there, y'all. Leviticus 23rd chapter.
Side lesson.
And I think let's start at the first, let's read down to 6 first. And then after 6, we're going to go down to like 32, I believe it is.
Verse 1. Adonai spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, These are the appointed feasts of Adonai.
These are the appointed feasts of the Most High.
That you shall proclaim as holy convocations. They
Now-
are my appointed feasts.
Now, let me fix this because it doesn't really say that in Hebrew.
Right.
It doesn't say these are the feasts of the Most High. And it doesn't say that because all of these holy days we're going to read about are not all feast days. It says, these are my appointed times. My Moedim. Moedim means appointed times. Or my times that I appoint to you to do something in. All right? So let's get, you got, okay. Read on, please.
3. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day is a Sabbath.
6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day is a Sabbath of the Almighty. In it,
Of solemn rest, a holy convocation. You should do no work. It is a Sabbath to the Most High in all your dwelling places.
now that's the regular Shabbat day. You can't do any work on the Shabbat. It's a Shabbat Shabbaton, which means no work at all, period. But the Chag, which we're about to read next, the Chag is a day of celebration when you are to prepare food, have a nice time, and enjoy your time while you're there. We can do all kinds of stuff today that we can't normally do on a normal Shabbat day. Read on, please.
Verse 4. These are the appointed times of Adonai of the Most High, the holy convocations which you shall proclaim at the time appointed for them. Keep reading.
Okay.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at twilight, is Adonai's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread to Adonai, or the Most High. For 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall have holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work, but you shall present a food offering to the Most High for 7 days. On the 7th day is a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work.
On that first day, it was a regular Shabbat. You couldn't do any ordinary work. It was a Shabbat Shabbaton. You couldn't do not Shabbat Shabbaton, but a Shabbat, a regular Shabbat, where work was prohibited. You couldn't do it. But let's see what he's talking about.
Keep reading verse 9.
Yes, please. 9. Did you read 6?
That was verse 8. I passed.
It was talking about a Hag on 6.
On 6 is talking about for here, a feast of unleavened bread.
Yeah, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now go down to 32 and see what 32 says. I
Verse
think that's where
32.
Shavuot Sukkot come in.
32 is the end of David's talking.
All right, then go to 33.
33, okay. And the Most High spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the people of Israel, saying,
Now, this is where we at now. This holy day is a holy day that we're in right now. And it's called Sukkot, Feast of Booths.
On the 15th day, verse 34, of this 7th month, and for 7 days is the Feast of Booths, or Sukkot, to the Most High.
Now, here go the instructions.
On the first day shall be a holy convocation.
On the first day should be a holy convocation. A holy convocation means the getting together of people, scripture reading, singing, and dancing, like we did when we act the fool up here cutting up. Read on.
You should do no ordinary, you should not do any ordinary work.
You can't do any ordinary work. But watch this.
For 7 days, you should present food offerings to
For
the Most High.
7 days, we had to present food. This is a cog. And on a cog is a celebration. Each one of these days, we had to present food offerings to the Creator. You won't see that on the weekly Shabbat. Read on, please.
And on the 8th day, you should hold a holy convocation.
The 8th day does not say present a food offering. So we have to do that for 7 days. On the 8th day, which is the last day, we can't cook no food. We don't even bring food. We're going to eat food, but we're going to cook it the day before. All right? So for those first 8 days, I wasn't finished, but thank you. I appreciate you. That means you're with me. For the first 7 days, we had to present a food offering before the Creator every day. So that means we had to cook. That means we had to prepare that food. But I got one more place we're going to go to back up and confirm what we're saying. You want to read that last part?
And on the 8th day, you should hold a holy convocation and present a food offering to the Most High. It is a solemn assembly. You should not do any ordinary work.
On the 8th day, you present a food offering? I don't remember that. I'm going to have to go back and check that one out. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna check it out. We gotta look in the Hebrew for that one, but I don't remember. The 8th day, as far as I know, you wasn't able to present any food offering. You didn't do it. Yes.
So, but at least with 7 days, today that means we cook.
Yeah, you can cook today.
Even though it's a Shabbat.
Yes. We're about to give you the definition of a cog. Okay. This is a cog. All right. We're gonna give you the definition. We're going to go to the book of Exodus, the 12th chapter. I believe we're around verse 17, but I want to start at 15. Okay. It's telling you what can and cannot be done in a cog. A cog is a Sabbath day, but it's a special Sabbath day. Read on.
Verse 15, Exodus, Shemot, chapter 12. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. And on the first day you shall remove leaven out of the houses. For if anyone eats what is leavened from the first day until the 7th day, that person shall be cut off from YISRAEL. Keep reading.
Keep reading, please.
On the first day you shall hold a holy assembly, and on the 7th day a holy assembly. No work shall be done on those days, but what everyone needs to eat.
You see that? Read it again, please.
From the beginning of
that verse you just read.
On the first day you should hold a holy assembly, and on the 7th day a holy assembly.
On the first day and on the 7th day, these were Shabbats. Shabbat.
Multiple Shabbats.
No.
You want me to say something? I'm not gonna say that until you tell me to say something.
These were Sabbath days. I know what I'm saying. I just can't think of it right now.
Are you trying to say multiple Shabbat?
Yes. How you say it in Hebrew? You don't know?
Shabbati? I don't know.
Yeah. And I know it. I just can't think right now. Nasik? Shabtot. Cain. Shabtot. Cain. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Sister Hadassah, you see me, Sister Hadassah? I'm cutting up on the Hebrew. You hear me? I messed up real bad. Yeah. Shabtot. Now, through the week, on that Day of Atonement, when that cog came in, because the Feast of Unleavened Bread is a feast, it's a cog. On the Feast of Unleavened Bread, he said, don't do any servile work except what you need to eat. So that meant we were allowed to cook on the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
But what everyone needs to eat, that alone may be prepared by you.
That's right. That alone may be prepared by you. That let us know that when a cog comes around, it is permitted for us to be able to cook. So every cog that we had was actually feast days, because that's what the cog means. Sukkot is a cog. He wants us to celebrate. And we also celebrate in the Feast of Unleavened Bread because we were celebrating our victory from leaving from Egypt. Okay? So we were able to cook. So that's why I use that on the Sukkot, we're able to cook as well. All right?
Yeah, and I'm looking at back to Leviticus 20:23, it says 7 days you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
Good. He don't want us eating it raw. Yeah. All right. I had so much more to present, but don't think I'm going to get to it today. So it's almost 2:00. So we're just going to take question and answers, and we'll pick back up where we left off and get back into our lesson on the second half of the day. And we're going to end up with, this is going to take us to the book of Samuel's, where we're going to discuss Samuel. We're going to the second half at 4:00 today, we're going to come back. And then we're going to pick up where we left off and lead into 1 Samuel chapter 13 to finish off our day. All right. Okay, y'all. We got to blow the shofar. She ain't going to let me get out of here without blowing the shofar. So normally we don't make prayer on the first half. I see the people dwindling out. There must have been that JC conversation. They dwindling out. You know, a lot of people disagree. They hold that JC dear to their hearts. They really, really, really hold that dear. And because we've been what? Fear. Yeah, fear. But that's okay. We're going to keep teaching. One day they're going to wake up, create a will, and they'll wake up. All right, y'all. We're going to blow the shofar now. If y'all hear a little peep, don't worry about it. It's all right. It's just me. Be praised. Shabbat shalom, everyone. We'll see you all back here today at 4:00. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah. Did I close it?
Close it now.
Did you close it or I close it?